Hands around my waist, I think I've covered this disaster. As I'm slipping out the morning after, caught a common stasis that could feed the Berlin Wall, standing in a separated manner. What you know about me is the relentless chasing as you figure out the games we're playing. Funny how the moonlit sky will light my only passion, moving through the sun as we get lost. Are you listening to the words that tear us apart? Keep forgetting that we're all pretending it's hard. I need you. Are you listening to the words that tear at your heart? I need you. Keep forgetting that we're all just playing a part. Watch me as I hop the fence to make my pleading argument. You're not just scared, you're making sense. Believe me, it's a great defense. Shadows hazy, not too sure where he's been lately. Bet he took a walk on the wild side to let it all shake out. What you like about me is the relentless shaking, cannot be contained with simple taming. Steady as she goes along with simple trends in fashion, setting with the sun as we get lost. Release, rewind. I'm running till I trip and I fall down, girl. Just get up, restart. I'll do it again and again. I need you. Are you listening to the words that tear us apart? I need you. Keep forgetting that we're all pretending it's hard. I need you. Are you listening It's all around me. There are no signs. The sounds they shift the boundaries. A bittersweet design. Downloads the bird. My remedy. Embrace the earth. The noise in me. Bring me comfort, bring me home. Close my eyes and melt away. Paint the colors in my soul. Vivid are these melodies we play. Always need this noise. Always need this noise. Heal my heavy heart. Heal my heavy heart. Heal my heavy heart. Heal my heavy heart. Always need this noise. Always need this noise. Bring me comfort, bring me home. Close my eyes and melt away. Paint the colors in my soul. Vivid are these melodies we play. Always need this noise. Always need this noise. Heal my heavy heart. Heal my heavy heart. Close my eyes and melt away. Paint the colors in my soul. Vivid are these melodies we play.
Yeah, Pef, if you ever look at
So-
our
Right.
private message history,
We're
I actually
live,
sent you a
folks.
link to that a long time ago.
In where? Sorry.
Our private message history on Discord.
Okay, I'll check it out. One of these days, I definitely
Ta-da!
want to do that.
Oh, let me stop the music. Music's done.
Ah, yeah, you did.
Please don't stop the music.
In fact, with a website to how to make your own.
Nice. Okay,
Dun,
that
dun,
might be a
dun.
thing.
Should I have rolled a backup character? Because last time we split the party and there's things
We
shooting
split the party by like
fireballs
100
and-
feet.
And fireballs.
And
and fireballs.
fireballs. Fireballs can cover like 100 feet.
Well,
It's
just
20 feet.
30 feet at a time.
It's
and only
range.
The range is, I think, 120 feet. Let's see. This is, yeah, it's about 100 feet. Well, a little less.
I mean, Zeb can cover that in. Floki can cover that in seconds.
Mhm.
They call him.
In which case,
Floki.
you guys should come over
Floki.
here.
So, speaking of, when last we met, you guys were working your way up to the Amber Temple at Skirp's internal compass behest. Not entirely knowing what was waiting for you up here, but having an idea. Maybe something not so great. You passed through Solanka Pass and found this odd gatehouse, among other things. And you guys eventually managed to get through the gatehouse and past a couple towers that had some interesting gilded statues of warrior women atop them, and also some skeletons at the base of each. After deciding that there wasn't much else there, you guys started to go across this kind of rackety old stone bridge, and you saw Strahd, because it's Strahd land, so why not? And he told you guys to turn around. There's nothing for you up here. Basically, just go away. And being the PCs that you are, you said no, and he thought that was funny and stamped his fingers and made it a full moon, at which point Gideon turned into a werewolf.
Thank you for supporting the dream.
Which apparently happened because of the whole, fighting a ton of werewolves and getting bit and failing a con save. So after a well-placed hold person, you guys knocked him into submission and knocked him into, negative hit points until the moon went away and he woke up with a bad hangover, trying to figure out what happened. Deciding to move on with your lives and hoping that Skirp doesn't cut off his hand.
That's
you guys,
definitely freaking me out a little bit.
yeah. Oh, actually, I screwed up the order ever so slightly. On your way to the bridge, a giant, evil-looking goat tried to attack the party and tried to knock, I think it was Tally off the cliff.
Yep.
With a charge attack. Almost succeeded, if not for the well-rolled dex save. You guys managed to kill it, and Gideon is now wearing its pelt as a awesome cloak cover type bit. So you guys proceeded up the mountain. Once you got there, you found this massive opening to some kind of temple with these massive statues of hooded figures in the front. Upon entering, the first room you got into was full of rather rough-looking crowd, barbarian types, who, upon seeing Gideon, immediately bent the knee and began referring to him as not only Bloodspear, but as Sangzor. At which point, it was kind of decided that Gideon is now some sort of like god king to these people, but you're not really sure what, just that they do not want to fight him and are somewhat helpful when he's around. They decided to leave the
Yes, they
room
would
that
leave
Floki and Gideon are now in, using it as a base of operations for their hunting. And you guys kind of decided you were going to poke around a little bit. You poked around and fought some little green floating skulls known as flame skulls, and they apparently like fireball. So that was fun. And then you decided to explore the main floor. Skirt did a pretty good job of being all stealthy and stuff, and went down there and came back and says, yeah, it's fine. And then the rest of the party went down there.
Floki that went down there. That's Skirp.
Was it Floki? No, Skirp had a good roll. Like, he went down
Skirp
there
did
too.
go down with us,
Yeah.
but it wasn't until we got all the way up to somewhere. I don't know.
You guys got down there, and then it started raining fireballs. At which point you guys retreated, and Floki, I believe, received 2 more fireballs for his trouble, because he was testing the waters out on the main hallway. And we left after the most recent fireball, with the party split between the 2 rooms, to the east and the west. And everybody wondering, what's shooting fireballs, and how many of those does he have per day?
All right. So what
The answer
we know,
is, I know, and you don't.
what we know as a group, that there are to the north of the room that Floki and Gideon are in are more floating green things, because we saw the lights and the barbarians warned us.
Correct.
And that the statue is shooting fireballs?
Seemingly.
Because you said a bright light was coming out of it?
Yeah, it's coming
Okay.
from like the head kind of direction, though no one could quite make out the head yet.
Not even Floki's night vision.
Not even Floki's night vision.
Okay, well,
No, I forget. Did we check like the doors like down here?
Skirt briefly mused about it and then did not.
Ah.
So that is still an option before you if you so desire.
And nor did we go north down that hallway that you're at now.
Correct. You peeked
Yeah.
down the hall and saw
Mhm.
that it was kind of like cracked flagstone all the way down that ended in a set of open doors. But otherwise, no, you have not.
Floki, you may want to back up a couple more steps. If another one of those fireballs hits the doorway, it's gonna. So, what's the plan? That's a good question there. How tight is that hallway? If we tried, could we squeeze through to the outside?
That is very, very tight. And the answer is no, you could not.
Okay.
It's only about, Loki probably could because he's weird and a cat. I'll say he might be able to. But it gets down to be, I think, like maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet at one point. So especially like armed and armored adventurers trying to huff through there.
Hmm.
Should we try to sneak across to the other side?
What's the worst that could happen?
What is the worst that could happen?
I have an idea of what could be the worst.
I will go through the ritual and bless Gideon.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. A wise choice.
Is that just advantage on stealth, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you're so fast you can just dash the whole way.
I had to.
Mm-hmm. The advantage is pretty good, but is it good enough? Let us find out, shall we?
Well,
I'll stick my head out the door and see if I get. I assume he's staying about 30 feet behind me.
yeah.
And
Yeah, we don't want to
also-
be within 30 feet of each other.
Yeah, whatever the diameter of a fireball.
Basically, I'm gonna wait around after he runs and then run.
That's fair. Checking scores here. You guys appear to make it across without issue.
Hey.
I know you guys could do it.
It is so far quiet.
Stealthy boys.
Welcome to the winning side.
The whiner's side.
Yay. Too mean.
Let's just
So
hope nothing else comes out of that hole.
We can see the bomb of that
Talking
hole,
about your
right?
mouth.
Oh, never mind.
With proper application of light source, yes, you can see the bottom of the hole.
I have a bunch of extra torches. I could drop one down it.
Okay.
All right. Gideon's going to drop a torch down it and then back away from the hole.
All right.
I stay stealthed and back up down here as well.
All right. Torch drops down the hole, and you see it go through about 5 feet, 10 feet down, 5 feet down, and then drop another 20 feet where it lands on the floor. The light at that point becomes dim to you, but you can still see the glow of the torch.
Do I see anything moving down there?
You do not see anything moving down there.
Okay. Looks like it's all right. Looks empty.
Hmm.
It's like 20 feet down, 30 feet maybe.
25-ish feet. It's like the top of the floor, and then the difference in elevation drop, and then the ceiling from there down. So it's yeah.
So
They were to call it
our
25
floor
feet
is
for the
nearly 5 feet thick and then 20 feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember everything in here looks like it's made of amber. Like there's a sheen, like a coat of amber on everything. The doors, the walls, the stairs are made of it. So any place that there's like a light source kind of gives off this odd hue, reflection, glow.
Okay.
Well, we can go north, or we can check this door.
I vote we check this door.
I like that.
But oh crap, there's nowhere safe to stand in this room.
All right.
So worried.
Skirp, there's a door. Has your name on it.
Is it-
It's
Is it
written.
ajar?
That's.
Oh,
Why you gonna take
does
advantage of your goblin like that?
Does it appear locked? Does it appear trapped?
Really playing through his weaknesses here.
From your just looking at it, no.
How about if I were to investigate it?
That seems like a pertinent use of your dice.
My amazing intelligence score.
Hmm.
That seems like it's probably fine.
Okay. Skirp, you should try the door.
All right. Well, you know,
Trap finder.
I'm a
highest con score.
trusting paladin. I believe that all people are.
I don't believe it is trapped.
But let's make our own investigation check. Yeah, just to see what's really afoot here.
There are no feet except for your own 2 feet.
I knew it. All right. I am going to quietly open the door.
All right. Skirt. It doesn't even screech.
If the door says Skirp when it's opening, it's definitely accurate that it was his door and had his name on it.
That's right.
The door says skirp as it opens. In here, you see before you shattered bits of wood covering the floor, and it is otherwise a very, very cold 20-foot square room. Ow, boo, stop it.
Like a fridge
Damn it, Boo.
or a cellar.
Is it
Everything
colder
in
than
here
the
is
rest
cold.
of it? Yeah, okay.
No, it is. Everything in here is cold. Just flavor.
Just wood everywhere.
Oh, there's nothing.
Like shattered bits of wood. Like it looks like maybe like a table or some old weapon racks. Some sort of, things that held things at one point in time. But the wood itself has been just utterly broken.
Seems like a terrible idea, but if we ever do need to spend the night here, that's not a terrible room to do it in.
Get some
Although I would
splinters in
prefer
ya.
the one with all the beds and light.
What you doing there, Floki?
I was
No.
trying to just adjust to
Get a
show the
glimpse
both
of the room.
sides. Yeah, so the streamers can see it.
Gotcha.
Or viewers.
Whoop.
Well,
Maybe we should have a viewer token so I can give them light.
Possibly.
Or you could give them light, rather.
Oh, there we go. With the door
There,
open.
I
you
took
can
off
see
the
it.
yeah.
That works.
I killed the line of sight blocker
Cute.
on that.
so I guess
For the
it just
moment.
leaves north
Yeah, I mean, there's the other door that goes north.
with all
You
the
guys just
skeletons.
don't want to use it for whatever reason. You don't know that they're skeletons.
with all the
You
dancing
know that they're
green
you know that they're
flames
flame skulls.
that
But
shoot. Oh, okay.
Shall I stealth to the end of this hallway and see what I see?
Well, I'm concerned about the floor, but if there's anybody who can make it across, my money's on you.
I
Do
can
you
wanna
do
let-
that.
We know it's a 20-foot fall to the room below. Do we want to tie a rope to him and maybe we
Like
can stop him
exactly
from...
15 feet or
Yeah, and just give
Give
him
15
just
foot
enough slack that if he does fall, we can catch him.
yeah, we could try that.
Okay, something I don't like about this map now that I'm reading the flavor text is it says, so I'm going to redo the whole thing and then.
Oh.
So, glazed amber covers the walls of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor. The amber doors at both ends of the hall stand open. A closed door is in the middle of the east hall, and 3 arrow slits are cut into the wall across from it. Cracks in the black marble floor run the length of the hall. So, it says black marble floor here, but in like almost every other description of this place, it's like everything's covered in amber. Everything's amber. Amber, 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 amber. But for some reason, this place is like, oh, it has black marble floor.
Like, does it? It might just be that everything's like adorned in amber.
Everything has like this sheen of amber over the top of it.
Interesting.
So some things appear as if they're actually cut from massive pieces of amber, and other things are clearly just like coated in it. But generally, that's the shtick. Anyway,
Looky for reference. How much do you weigh roughly?
That is on my sheet. Let me look.
I'm assuming you weigh a little bit less than a human of your size.
a fully armored cleric.
Well, that too.
A weight of 200.
Whoa,
That's pretty chunky for a cat.
you are bulk. What an absolute unit.
Yep, I used the 5th edition random generator for height and weight, and I'm 6'3", 200 pounds.
The cleric of the Iron Church,
So
apparently.
he's a
That's
panther,
apparently-
not a kitten.
Yeah.
I don't meow,
Well-
I roar.
All right, if we're gonna tie a rope around him, I think we're gonna need the goblin's help to hold him.
Also,
Why,
you see arrow slits, which you saw from the other side as well, but you see the back side of
Right,
it.
I'm gonna be sure to
In the
check
western
out
wall.
the spot on my way by,
Okay, and that would be a door.
and I'm gonna go up to the door. Do I need to go piece by piece? I should just do it just so we know.
Other than the cracks in the floor, why do I keep losing that description? There we go. The cracks are pretty big and massive, but none of them appear to actually go the entire way through the floor.
Okay.
It's difficult terrain in some spots, but otherwise it doesn't really hamper you, and the ground seems pretty sturdy.
I'm gonna investigate this door.
That is a mighty investigation. The door appears to be unlocked just from kind of poking around the outside of it, nor do you detect any traps.
I'm gonna try to listen through the door, see if I hear anything on the other side.
You do not.
I'm gonna open the door and stick my head in.
Okay. I will, I'll kill the dynamic lighting bit around that door so you can get the effect. This chamber is actually lit, which is in contrast to the rest of the area. Brightly lit by red copper lanterns hanging from the ceiling. The walls are sheathed in amber that has been shaped into a bas-relief of wizards with spellbooks. Stairs to the north and south descend 20 feet to an obsidian lectern, behind which a black slate slab hangs from chains. Between the chains are descending rows of red marble benches. Or between the stairs, not the chains, sorry.
Okay.
So it kind of looks like a lecture hall.
I wave my. I try to signal my party to come up to here.
Okay.
With my hands, not my words. Hands.
The old word hands.
Well, he's traveling in darkness.
Darkness.
Do any of
Yes.
us have dark vision?
I do not.
Skirp, do you have low light or dark?
I think it's
I
low
don't
light.
think low light is even a thing in 5th edition. I think it's
Well,
just
then
Then you have no light.
I will.
He's got
attempt
a
to.
sword that blazes with holy energy.
I will
so
attempt
no one
to-
can see Loki.
I will attempt to tug on the rope, hoping they get the hint to come. Not drastic like I'm panicking, but
Yeah, we could just follow the rope.
There's a gentle caressing of the rope.
Oh,
hang on. Yep.
getting some.
Yep. 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 At least I'm good at one thing.
What, pulling back?
Yes.
Floki, there's a tug in the opposite direction. If you wish to maintain your feet, make a strength check.
grr. Strength check or strength save? It's all the same for me.
You were pulled off your feet and south 5 feet.
Grr.
Skirp,
He-
the line goes slightly slack.
He tugged on the rope.
Yeah, but
That's the signal.
The signal for what?
no, the signal was him falling.
The rope would tug on us.
Yeah, but it didn't it tug? It sounded like he was in trouble.
Wait.
I will get back up and I will walk to them and say, "Stupid goblin."
I tried to save you.
There's a room over here we should move up to and fully investigate before going the rest of the way up.
Okay.
And technically, you guys would have seen the light pouring out of
Oh,
the room when he opened the
fudge, I
door.
forgot about
Oh.
But I was gonna let it ride because it was funnier.
So we see like Floki waving us on, tugging on the rope, and then the goblin just like yoink.
Yeah, just
He's like,
you see him
going
disappear
now.
into the darkness slightly as he gets out of the cone of light that comes from it.
I will give like follow, but give them like a full round, so we're never within 20 feet of each other.
I do
Not-
wish this actually cast light, but
Dang, this
apparently
is nice.
it says it should.
This is nice.
You can set
Oh, it does. It's just for the entire room. It doesn't go past the bounds of the bit. Got it. Okay. So it does work. It's working mostly how intended.
I just don't think we have actual light sources set up, or else I wouldn't be able to see like anything. Which is fine. I prefer just
Speaking of, is Fog of War on this map for you guys?
no, I can't see areas that we've passed through.
All right. I'll give that a try. Anyway, so you guys move up to the room.
Now it's on.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm in here just admiring the. It's better than any church I've been in.
I'm quickly dropping my token in the places that I've been to.
Okay.
Fog of
Okay,
War
crazy.
is
I'll
just
see it.
plain and simple.
I won't go
weird.
anywhere.
If you look at the stream,
I don't think it's updated yet on mine on the stream.
watch as I move, it changes. Like not me, but
So-
my scrolling.
Tally.
Yes.
As you come down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
you see that there is someone doing a fairly poor job of trying to like hide themselves behind the lectern.
Like a dude.
Yes, like
Is that a dude.
there's some guy in like robes and he's like pulling his knees up to his chest, like trying to like tuck himself in really, really close to the lectern.
Sort of in a like I'm scared shitless and gonna hide here, or more of a like I'm planning to jump out and try to stab someone.
Like he's sitting on his butt with like his knees tucked into his chest, like
oh,
with his
okay.
head down, looking like he's trying to remain unseen by you guys. No, there's no weapons drawn or anything like
Okay.
that you can see.
Does he see me?
So far, he hasn't looked up. He's just kind of like looking down, and you can see him start to rock a little bit.
Okay. I wave at the party and point to the lectern.
Of course, it does. I'll turn off Fog of War.
And then
Figures.
I'm gonna start approaching the dude.
Okay.
And as I get a little bit closer, I'm gonna, in a calm voice, ask him, "Hey, are you okay? You there?"
And you see like the slight like rocking stop, and he just freezes for a second, and then you see him slowly look up, and then he falls over and like starts like skittering backwards away from you, and he hits his head on the suspended obsidian slab.
Easy. We don't mean you any harm. You okay?
His hands up. No, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
No, we're not gonna hurt you. Who are you?
He's like villainous. And you see
Villainous?
that his robes look like they've been scorched, like they have char marks on them, and part of them burned away. His hair looks blasted, and he has his face and his arms are covered with like blisters that looks like burn marks.
Did you run into flaming skulls as well?
He's like, the skulls. They got Jackaron. I tried to save him, but they got Jackaron.
Who's Jackaron?
Jackaron's my master. He's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Your master?
Those things, they just the fire. There's so much fire. And like his eyes just get like big as dinner plates, and he's just like the fire.
What were you and your master doing here?
Oh, the master. The master said this was a good place to come. There was much knowledge here. Forbidden knowledge, yes, but knowledge we could use. Power, we would get more power. But knowledge, yes, the knowledge. You get the impression that maybe he's not quite there anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it okay if I come closer?
So he's standard for the locals.
Yeah, you don't have any fire on you, do you? Just visibly, like you don't have a torch or anything?
I don't, no.
Okay,
Tally has
then
the light spell.
Then he's just kind of like 1,000 yards staring like straight through you,
Yeah.
even as you approach.
Okay. Here, can I see your arms? Maybe I can help you.
He starts to hold out his arm and then he pulls back really quick. Why?
Because you seem to be hurt, and I want to make sure you're okay.
Hmm. He looks kind of down at his arms. He's like, there was a lot of fire. And he kind of holds out his arm like very tentatively and kind of like pulls it back slightly. And after a couple times, he fully extends it.
Okay. I'm going to gently, I guess I'm not going to touch his arm directly, but I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Just like, what are you doing? And as you do that, this little creature, you see like a flicker, like kind of like it's like heat on concrete. And this creature kind of steps out right next to you, but closer to Villainous than to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of flips around, and then he lands on Villainous's shoulder. It's this little demonic imp-looking thing with wings.
Ooh. Are you with him?
It just kind of like looks at you sideways and like blinks these like oversized, bulbous, like entirely black eyes, like kind of like bird-like twitching head action. And like chitters at you, and then kind of like croons up next to Villainous's ear. What you doing there, Skirp?
Hi, Skirp.
What is
Skirp.
What is that? What?
Villainous, is this a friend of yours?
He's like, yes, friend. This is my friend. This is my companion, my helper. He helps me with my studies, and he helps me eat. Yes, eat. And he starts looking around the room. He says, there are none here. Too bad. I would show you what we eat. That's quite delicious. And he kind of like makes this gross like sound with his mouth when he does it.
And what is it that you eat?
Liver. The only thing. Yes, livers. They have livers. They're quite small but very delicious. Yes, delicious. Livers.
Livers of a particular animal?
He says the rats. They're everywhere in here. They're in the walls. Can you hear the rats? They're in there.
All right.
This whole time, like his eyes do not focus. Like he's just continuing, just like staring like through you at the wall. He can hear you, but can he? It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon, what are you doing up in your corner? Just like holding point.
Crossbow pointed.
Got
I
it.
don't trust this guy.
I don't trust that little demon thing that he's got on his shoulder.
Luckily,
I think.
they're in the same location, so if I wanted to.
I don't think we have to worry too much about that.
Do I know anything about it on a 10 religion check?
On a 10 religion check, you know that it's likely some kind of demon, but past that you don't. It has the right markings and like form to be something demonic, but past that you don't know the specifics.
Man, if
Okay.
only somebody had divine sense.
If only.
It's got to be on.
It's. I was thinking about it, but I gotta say, in the 3 months since we slept last, I'm not sure if I've used it too many times.
It has been quite a while.
To be fair, we just had a long rest before we came in here, before we fought the goat.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, it was
Yeah.
after we fought the goat because we
No,
ate
it
the
was
goat
before,
at the
because
long
you
rest.
went all werewolf style.
Not much of a goat.
Yeah, and then we rested after.
Okay.
You guys had basically a long rest while Gideon was in Knockout Land.
Yeah.
This was post gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was
Okay.
gargoyles, then over the curtain wall, the goat, and then werewolf stuff,
And then long rest.
and then long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, I do have access to that spell or that ability. Just a moment here. I'm gonna go ahead and boot it up.
All right.
Divine Sense.
You hear like the classic like Mac boot sound go off for some reason. And Divine Sense. You know what exactly the location of Fiend's Fae or something else within 60 feet, 90 feet?
It is Divine Sense. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor or As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your next turn. You know the current location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that's not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, but not its identity. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any hollow or desecrate. Any consecrated or desecrated object or space.
Right. Like 90% of those things don't ping. And as for this guy, am I just not on the right page? I'm not. His stat block in Roll20 was not super helpful. None of those things go off. Wait,
Oh.
yes it does. Fiend pings.
Thank you.
I was like, that doesn't make sense, but there it is. That's why.
All right.
Just that part of the block.
Cool.
Yeah, you know that there's a fiend, and you know that it is right in front of you. And
But none others that are in direct line of sight.
None others that are in direct line of sight.
I mean, I have no reason to suspect the guy named Villainous of being evil.
No,
That's right.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's a family name.
It's a
Yeah.
family name. He's the third of his name, in fact.
Villainous third.
He is now.
If Skirp ever goes to start asking questions, Floki will cast the Zone of Truth. Pef.
I don't plan to pursue that line of questioning.
Counselor.
Your witness.
I mean, I'm vaguely suspicious of it, but I don't have anything specifically against fiends other than they're just generally evil.
Accurate.
But if this one's not doing anything to me, then
So are goblins, to be fair. So
exactly.
So are things that don't die and come back to life a little grayer every time.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's not get picking on everything that's undead here.
also, have you ever met a cat that's not an asshole?
Nope.
Exactly. See?
Yep.
Nope.
Your trip.
So
I mean,
he's
he's not doing anything hostile. He's literally sitting on this guy like he's a
He's in
house
the
cat.
fetal position.
Yeah.
The guy's in the fetal position, but what's the fiend in?
The fiend is in house cat position.
Shoulder perch position.
Yeah.
I've had cats do that.
He's acting somewhere between a house cat and a parrot in like his
Go offer him a sock.
actions.
fiendish.
Do I need to give him a cracker?
He might love a cracker.
You just
We
need a sock.
we
Yeah,
have
Bill
rats.
is telling
He
the
likes
truth.
rat
They've been
livers.
eating rats.
He likes rat
so
livers. That's what it is.
It's true.
I don't have any of
If
those.
you got any of those kicking around?
No, I don't.
Uh,
How long have you been here?
You guys
He
have
says
eight
here.
pies.
How long have we been here? So long. Yeah, not long enough, but long.
Thank
Master-
you for
master
supporting
will
the
know.
journey.
Master-
When's the last time you slept?
Sleep. I don't know.
Okay. What killed your master?
the green, the skulls, the flaming green. We were there. We were the other side. Yes, the other side. And we walked in, and there was an explosion, and I was knocked backwards, and just the scream of my master, and so I closed the door and I ran, and then I found this room, and the rats. And they were friends, and they were delicious, and now we're here.
Is this where you met your friend there?
No. He was here. He was always here.
What sort of knowledge were you looking for? You said forbidden knowledge.
Yes, forbidden knowledge. All things, power, magical power. Yes, the master craved more, and I craved it with him. Together we would grow powerful, until I grew more powerful, and then I would be the master, and he would scrub the floors. And you see him like the first time that he like blinks, and you see his eyes kind of like get like his brow furrows really like angrily when he mentioned scrubbing the floors.
Real good working relationship there.
He says, yes, the master was good at working.
Okay.
Where were you all living before you came in here?
A place far from here. There was master heard rumors of a place of power, and we came through the fog. There was so much fog. And then we were here in this place. It's always dark here. There's no sun. Have you seen the sun? There's not. No, it's not. It's just foggy all the time. Rain. The rain. The rain.
Do you want to see the sun?
He says, I've been here for the sun. It would hurt now. It's too long away from the sun.
I'm already committed to this. Light it up.
You flash it. And he just like Gandalf and Rohan, like opening the robes. And he just goes back, covers his eyes, and he shrieks, and like hits the floor with his hands over his head. He says, the sun! But he does not react otherwise, other than, he doesn't start smoking or turning to ash or anything. It's really bright. He can't see very well anymore.
Okay.
So he's not a vampire. Okay.
Well.
Yeah, pretty much. In case you're wondering. Not a vampire.
Well, we killed the floating skulls between here and the exit. If you wanted to leave.
Leave. But can I? Leave. The master's his power, the book, and his staff. Perhaps it is too late. They were destroyed. I should leave. But should I leave? Should I try to regain his power? But power has cost so much.
The power?
What power?
Power.
Just the two of them repeating the word back and forth to each other for half an hour.
Okay. I don't.
Someone got it.
Power, I think you might cut out, but was it the power of voodoo?
Yes, we're
Okay.
getting there.
Yeah. Babe, with the power.
I just watched that not too long ago. It was great. Anyway, yeah. So you have this babbling guy who's with some little imp creature at this point, but he's going to continue on and babbling, and I mean he'll explain to the best of his knowledge anything you want to ask him, but it's the best of his, maybe not the best of his knowledge, but the best of his remaining sanity.
All right. Well, you're welcome to hang out here, but you can definitely get out of here if you want to go look for power elsewhere.
Elsewhere. There's power elsewhere? But where?
We actually ran into quite a bit of power.
Did you?
Yeah.
And he looks at you and is like, the insanity is just ever so slightly gone, and you see kind of like this gleam in his eyes. Says, where power? Where?
You know, I'm gonna think twice about starting the sentence.
Yeah.
The statue has plenty of power.
It's very dangerous. Would
The
not,
statue. What
would
statue?
not approach.
There is a statue. It has
In the-
power. I
in the
remember
main-
statues outside. Yes,
main
there were
room.
statues outside. Are you gonna tell him that's a
Yeah, main room.
main room? Hmm.
If you go, you'll end up the same way
Down the
as
stairs.
your master.
Master, the flames. Wait, the flames? The flames are in the main room?
Flames will appear in the main room if you go
No, 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 no. And he starts rocking again. No,
It's
not
okay.
the flames.
there. You can leave
Well,
and search for power elsewhere.
It's probably for the best.
while they're talking, Gideon's going to spend a minute searching the room for anything interesting besides this guy. Anything that looks out of place, item-wise, or, you know.
There's not much. Like there's some kind of like discarded, what looks like pieces of paper that have severely aged, and there's no writing left on them. But other than that, it's really dusty. There's some random cobwebs here and there. But it's fairly an empty room otherwise.
God, I'm going to ask a question that I'm going to really regret the answer to. Where? You've been here a while, right?
Long, but not as long as others. Yes, long.
Where are you? Where have you been going to the bathroom? Just so I know to avoid that area.
He says, "There's a room. It is direction. I don't even. Which way? You go out and then down. No, but you can't go down. You can't go that far. There's a crack. Yes, the crack, because you cannot leave. If you go to the hallway, the fire will get you."
Glad we didn't try to crawl down the crack.
Never go in the crack.
I was really
What
hoping
is,
the answer would be that he has prestidigitation.
What is this thing up here again? This is that panel, right?
It's like an obsidian like slab that's hanging from the ceiling, suspended by chains.
Is there any like design on it?
There's not. It's actually well, other than some we'll call them mysterious stains. There are no other markings.
And when you say hanging, is it like above head height or is it?
It's probably like stomach level.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe shoulder, chin height for the shorter members of the group.
Is this something that's associated with like any rituals or like weird cultish?
I'm getting surgery room vibes.
Yeah, almost torture, but like there's sort of like an audience chamber here, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, like,
it's very much looks like a college lecture hall of sorts.
Amber, obsidian. Are the weird fluids on the obsidian like reddish?
They're like brownish. They look old.
So where? Can you give me better directions to where your master died?
The place with flames.
That's like
I think it's-
everywhere.
He said it was in the hallway. They went into the hallway and green
Oh.
explosions. I bet.
He said.
That's
So
the
he said
one-
they went into the hallway. There was explosions. He heard screaming and was knocked back. And then he closed the door and ran.
So I
So
would guess it's the hallway on the opposite side.
okay, where the barbarian told us not to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey,
And so
cat demon thing.
Yes.
Floki. Oh, internet high five, man.
Little cat demon thing.
It's so
Still
far it's not
Floki.
reacting to you at all. It's just sitting there doing its weird twitchy thing every once in a while. It kind of like kicks at something. Looks like it's scratching a flea maybe.
Can you understand me? No.
He doesn't appear to be. If he can't understand you, he's not looking at you.
All right.
See if he
Well-
knows common.
Does he?
You and your buddy. Your buddy here.
He does.
You might have a little more success, just in general. if you guys got out of here, just kind of you got out there and had room to stretch your legs. Can you make him fireproof or something? I feel like you guys in fire are pretty tight. So
he looks at you, and Villainous hears you mentions fire. Like, no fire, no fire.
No. Your cat thing will get that covered.
The creature finally realizes that you're addressing him, and he looks at you in like this really and like chips in like this almost like high pitched voice. And, no. There we go. Got it. No, master, no fire, fire. He says, master is tired of fire.
Okay. All right. Just thought I'd check. Thought I heard stories about demons like not really caring about fire, but
he chips up and he's like, no, I don't care about fire. Master cares about fire.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right.
Well,
I'm gonna check out this room a little more carefully.
Okay. I'm gonna wish our friend here best of luck. Remind the demon that his familiar there that the front door is open.
Pips up. Master, front, we can leave. And the guy just kind of keeps shaking, but leave, but the master's power, 'tis lost. And he kind of starts weeping silently. Religion.
Purpose of the altar / like sort of the general, what god is this temple devoted to?
I will tell you
information about the chapel.
General information is that there are a number of the darker persuasions that use obsidian altars and things stained with blood for nefarious purposes. But so far in this place, you haven't actually pinned down there being any kind of single god, just the one that Strahd kind of self-styles himself to be. There has been mention of the Morning Lord, but it seems like it's some sort of like either analog or companion, something close to like Tally's god versus something that would use something horrible like this.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
If we end up killing the skulls on the other side, we'll let you know so that you can look for your said you were looking for a book?
Oh yes, the master's book.
And a staff. And
a staff.
Power of some sort.
And the power.
Scoop doesn't allow books to exist.
Shh. I was gonna cross that bridge when it came time for Script to burn it down.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about this staff? Is it?
It is a staff. It's wood and black and slightly blue, but mostly black. The top has a crystal. The crystal is blue too.
Ooh.
It glows.
Black and blue. I know, it's a staff of bruising.
Yes, the master bruised me often with the staff. Yes, when the floors were not scrubbed properly.
How do the floors look in here?
He looks, says, no, I do not need to scrub the floors. The master is gone. No more scrubbing. No. The floors will be filthy forever. Forever.
All right. I have issues with leaving you behind us. Just glance him over. Does he appear to have any weapons on him?
At a cursory glance, no. I mean, you could try to frisk him if you felt the desire. But
I'm really sorry about this, but I'm going to just give you a quick pat down to make sure you're not going to literally stab us in the back.
Investigation check, and the tiny demon thing like hisses at you like a house cat, but the most hideous house cat you've ever seen. He also opens his mouth, and you just see like rows of like razor sharp, like needle point teeth.
That's the house cat that has that, right? Not him?
Yes, the house cat.
Okay, sorry. Just wanted to...
But he doesn't attack. He just kind of like hisses at you and like paws, kind of. All right. You find all the things that he has on him. Namely, hooked at his belt, tucked underneath his robes, are a book that appears to be locked or at least clasped closed in some way. In addition, he also has a gold amulet around his neck that is in the shape of an upside down V. It's
Ooh.
very, very fancy looking.
It looks valuable.
It does.
So since we're likely, just in our general exploration of this place to destroy those flame skulls for you, why don't you give me this necklace, and in return, we'll let you have the staff and the spell book if we come across it.
The staff. You would give me the staff or this, and he kind of he reaches up a hand to it and puts one over. And he says,
None of us have any very much use for a staff.
You would
Unfortunately.
trick me.
Are
you tricking me? Are you taking? Why? You would trade. You would trade. Yes. You bring me the book and the staff, and you may have this.
That sounds fair to me.
The book and the staff.
You said you were chased out by fireballs?
Chased? No, ran. Exploded. There was, yes.
It seems like it's possible that one or more of them didn't survive.
He says,
if I only find one of them, are you saying I shouldn't bring it to you because I won't get the necklace?
No, bring it. Fine, bring one, bring both. You'll have the necklace. And he holds it and starts clutching it really, really hard, where you see his knuckles start going white.
Just a quick, I rolled a pretty high investigation check. How much would that necklace be worth?
You have an inkling. Yeah, you crit. I'll give you this. It's worth about 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably be back. Just hang tight. Listen, I have, I think, 30 days worth of rations here. Let me give you a couple of days, and you can eat something besides rations.
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 I caught it.
Nice. All right, so you give him some rations, and he looks at it and he smells it at first, and he's not really sure.
They're not the best, but they're better than rat.
And he takes a bite, and he takes off a little piece and hands it to the demon on his shoulder. And he takes a couple more bites, takes off a bigger piece, hands it to the demon, and then pretty soon they just are both hands full bore, scarfing down on it.
I feel kind of bad. All right, we'll be back.
Floki.
I'm going to start finishing my investigation north.
Very well.
Start finishing. Sorry.
Right, I like to start to finish things, but never actually accomplish.
You continue northward. The floors continue to be cracked, but otherwise they maintain their structural soundness. And you reach the open door. You see that you can probably see that there's another open door just outside, across the room from you as well. I'm trying to see, would you make out? There's amber everywhere, obviously. And you think you might make out maybe part of a statue that's made of amber as well. But from your position, the door kind of blocks it. You'd have to peek in a little bit further.
Is that
all right? Now you get the room flavor text. The walls and the ceiling in the eastern portion of this room have collapsed. To the west and south are the doors are open, which are south is the way you came, obviously. The one door to the west is the one that's open, kind of up in the corner. And in the center of the room is a 10-foot tall statue of a jackal-headed warrior made of cracked amber. As you peek your head in, the jackal head turns and locks eyes with you as its eyes starts glowing, and it raises its fists and begin to walk towards you.
Uh-oh.
You hear goong, Goom. Goom. Goom.
Skirp, you have a friend outside.
Goom.
Fluffy? What is that?
You hear the floor outside crack even more. Goom.
Skirp,
Goom.
Skirp.
I'm gonna back away from the door as far away as I can
Okay.
get.
You guys see that there is this massive amber creature outside, and it's trying to reach inside the door. It's swinging wildly, like through the door with like one arm.
I would like to start firing bolts into it as often as I possibly can.
Can we reason with it?
You can roll for the initiative.
Oh my god.
So it saw through my straight up my thing, right? My stealth. It looked right at me.
Yeah, it did.
That's scary. I don't like this.
It
thing.
probably has like blindside or something. Which
Oh, that hurt. I think it's the lowest Floki's ever rolled, a 2.
I didn't roll terribly well there either. It makes you feel any better.
It does not somehow.
The answer to your question, Pep, no, it doesn't.
No? Are you sure?
I don't feel
Another
better.
thing Roll20 Enhancement Suite does is every time somebody rolls initiative, it reorders the list
Nice.
to automatically put them
Here's what this monstrosity looks like.
Birdman.
on Strahd Session.
Birdman.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Does it have any obvious like weak points or anything? Is it
Giant
know.
enemy crab.
Yeah, is there a big glowing spot
Does it
to
have
shoot
a
at?
spot that says "shoot me here"?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Any obvious cracks?
Nope.
Okay.
Just rage.
Gideon's first.
Pure
Let me
liquid
let me
rage.
reorder the fist
Oh,
list.
oh God.
The fist.
Yeah, you're still first.
You said fist. That made me.
Well, the glove fits.
That's funny.
What's the crazy guy response?
Oh yeah, is he?
He just goes no, and he sees that and he like ducks back behind the lectern again.
I'm gonna share the lectern. Villainous, stay down. We'll pull hell onto this.
Stay down.
Can his friend help us?
And he grabs him and says, "No, stay down."
I'm gonna start firing.
Okay, you may fire.
Okay. Shoot.
Oh,
I'm just
stat
trying
block,
to get
stat block, stat block. Where
my
are you?
macro to work. I get 3 sharpshooter shots.
Oh, this thing's being a pain in the butt. Not letting me pull up its stats, so I'm going to Manuel.
I'm
instead.
fairly happy with that turn overall.
I
19
probably
working.
would be.
Looks fine. If it's a monster that's you might be able to just like find its stat block on Roll20. They have
Yeah, but I've already got Manuel in my lab, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Are you rolling with advantage or it's just?
It's without advantage.
Okay. Then they were all hits.
Okay, nice.
Do you
That's
have a
total-
magical weapon? A magical bow?
No. Although, I mean, I would love one
Yes.
if you're shopping for Christmas.
Wouldn't we all? All right. You sing some, like some of the bolts kind of hit, but it's more like they hit and do like a tiny like little indentation and then kind of like plink off.
Oh, so no damage. I'm feeling like.
Not no damage, just low damage.
Okay. Then I'm done.
What's this
Call him.
feller's dex score? Or modifier?
How would you know that?
I'm just asking from like I have a 2 since we're tied. Should I go
Oh, he wants to know who
Gotcha.
goes first.
You definitely go first.
Okay.
In that case.
Fine.
I was like stuck metagaming, but I see what you're doing.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred
dex saving throw.
Flamme. All right. He rolls this at advantage, as it turns out.
At advantage.
Yes.
Me.
What's your DC these days? 15?
Something like that. Yeah. Oh.
Well,
Well.
yeah, I'm not going to roll the other one because there's no point. It's advantage, not disadvantage.
Oh. Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. Any movement? Anything else?
I'm also gonna go down to here.
All right. He is going to start smacking the door frame. Yeah. Oh, 8.
Front row.
Yeah, he starts leaning into the frame pretty good. And you see the door in here is again kind of amber pieces and and takes a big chunk out of it. And he will use his second attack to do the same thing. I'm making him attack himself. It's fine. He still hits the door, and he does go through DR on the door. The door goes flying off of its frame for the rest of it. Floki, you're up.
I will use my standard action to cast a spell I had pulled up.
And this spell is?
Spell shall be mirror image, and it seriously has disappeared from my sheet.
Mirror image.
There it is, sorry. Then my bonus action, sorry, Skirp, because I'm a little scared, going to be to
And a teapot.
fail epically.
Oh.
You hide.
Can I
And you're
sack my move action for another bonus action? Is that a thing in 5th edition?
No, it's not a
Don't
thing. in
believe
fifth.
so.
I miss it though.
Indeed.
4th edition was awesome like that.
Alright, I am going to... Why'd I even try to hide? I know he saw me well before. Oh well. I'm gonna move to this side.
How much of a reach do you have?
Oh god.
120 feet. It's got rocket arms.
Rocket
Oh
Man!
no! Don't
Nope.
give him rocket arms.
There are no rocket arms.
That would be so cool.
That's phase 2.
Alright,
Alright,
Whatever his name is.
Skirp, you back? Moan
Yeah, he's
Skirp.
back. He's there. I see him.
Yep,
It is now your turn, so good time.
I'm ready. All right.
You may go. So he knocked the door off the hinges.
Okay.
He's coming through.
I'm gonna roll up my goblin sleeves really quick, and then touch myself.
Ew.
30. Let's see. I'm down at where are we at for health? I'm
I
at
have
32 out of 61.
Okay.
Is how I've got that marked. Is that what you've got?
I had 24, but I'm not the best at this. What's everybody else at? Just to make sure we're at the right.
45.
I'm at, according to my thing, 60 out of 52 because I have 8
Amazing.
temporary HP.
You guys took no damage from fireballs at the end of last session?
Nope,
like
I never
did?
got hit. I was always more than 30 feet away.
Yeah, I don't think I got hit.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, if you want me to split the difference on that health, go to 28.
Sure, that works.
Cool. All right. I am going to burn all 30 points of lay on hands. Take myself up to 58. So 58 out of 61 right now.
Solid, sir.
That's a full action, and I'm going to yell at Ah, crap. Time to be a hero. Okay, I'm gonna move up so as to be really obvious to this thing, and I'm
Okay.
gonna yell at the cat thing, the demon cat thing.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't get your name, demon cat, but this thing is gonna come through this door, and it's gonna stomp me, and then it's gonna stomp my friends, and then it's gonna stomp your friend. So if you can help, because I feel like you might be able to, now would be a time to lend a paw.
He kind of like goes eep and turns invisible.
Oh, okay. So that's it for my turn. My turn though.
Helping. All right. Gideon, you're up. Hey, Maisie.
I feel like I did almost nothing, or did I feel like I did nothing last turn?
You feel like you did a very perhaps small amount of damage.
All right. Well, I'm not quite ready to get into melee range with it yet to try to use my actual magical weapon, but I'm going to take another round of sharpshooter. Wow, that doesn't seem right.
Ow, ow, ow.
-5. Okay, yeah, okay.
That is a hit, and it does some damage. And that is a hit, and it does some damage. And same.
Wow, I'm rolling really well.
Isn't that like your exact same round as last time?
Basically. And then I'm gonna start moving.
Kind of dial in your shots, hit the exact
30
same
feet.
spot, and do a little more, like, kind of like, chip off some more of the
I'm
amber.
gonna move up to there after my attacks, and that'll be my turn.
All right, Tally.
All right. Let's try a different spell. How about Guiding Bolt? Range spell attack on a target. Skadoosh. Aww.
A 12 versus AC is not enough,
Well, okay.
I'm afraid. That's a lot of dice, though.
There's a lot of dice. We'll roll pretty close to minimum on damage, too. Cool.
Quite.
Alrighty.
Bonus or movement?
I'm gonna come over here, hang out next to my buddy, and be like, hey, we could use your help. If you've got in you, now's a good time.
Turns invisible.
Turns invisible. I'm just joking. Do. All right. It will spend all of its movement to squeeze through the door. And that's basically going to be its turn. No, it's going to double move
I was gonna say.
to get into Skirp's face, and then that will be its turn.
That's what I put it there for.
Squeezing takes movement and such, so. Must spend 1 extra foot for every foot it moves, and it's big, so I'm going to say that that's a fair trade on the turn. That's real big. All right, Floki. This thing is now in the room. It has moved towards
forward. And I do my best to encourage Skirp and tell him he is the hero that we need, not the hero we deserve, and give, with my bonus action, he has advantage on his next attack. And I will try to pew this thing in the back, because I got nothing else. Where's my buttons?
Okay. Cat. Nice. Regular bow attack.
Correct.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
All
It's
right.
standard bow attack. That's special. Other than my sneak attack. That's what the essay's for.
Got it. It hits, and take a little chunk of amber out of its back. Skirp. You feel emboldened by the cat's words. Yeah. which are basically just yawn, 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 yawn.
Oh, it's on. All right, the first attack's made with advantage, but I think it's going to do it with both of these attacks, so we're just going to take the left number on the second attack.
Roger.
Sounds fine to me.
Hits across the board.
That's a smite on the first one,
Okay.
which should already be factored in. And
I believe you.
and a regular attack on the second one.
All right. The Sun Sword tears into this thing.
Just melts the amber down.
You take out some good chunks.
Okay.
Gideon.
Spell. Okay,
I
I got one
guess-
more smite.
Oh, yeah. That's next turn though. I'm gonna charge into
Sorry.
melee range, but putting away my crossbow and pulling out the blood spear, which I'm wielding one-handed. 22.
22. Yep.
And wow,
Yes
I'm
and
rolling
yes.
really well.
And both of those definitely impact.
Okay. I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to use my action surge and do it again.
Skirp,
more
what's with all
stabs.
the icons on your Judesman right now?
Oh, I was feel like I was brokenhearted or something.
Okay. We're gonna kill some of those right now.
Yeah.
I'm rolling really, really well today.
You'll get yours, don't worry. I mean, oh jeez.
Nope.
And those are 2 more hits.
Okay. That's with my magical blood spear.
Yep.
All right.
And you take down some more pieces out of him. Much more effective than your shooting.
Then I'm done.
All right. Tally.
I'm gonna shoot some scorching rays. We're gonna try this one.
Pew pew pew.
So 3 rays. One.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
that's okay.
We do have 2 hits for 21 damage.
Yeah.
And you just melt like laser beams through the kind of like the flank of this thing. However, it is now its turn. Enraged by this, it changes its mind on what it's going to do, and it is going to smash both of you in the face. One for Skirp, one
Okay.
for Gideon.
Gideon, am I adjacent to you? I am.
Yes.
As it swings down on Gideon, I'm going to express my
Disad.
dissatisfaction by throwing my shield up and, granting disad.
I'm gonna
Nice.
also cast or like respond with a warding flare to give him disad on the attack on Skirp.
Nice.
So disad on disad, got it.
So it's a shield
Each
wall
one
where
gets
one's
disad,
protecting
yeah,
him
shield.
and he's protecting me, and I'm not protecting anyone.
You got the pointy stick though.
All right, so that's the first attack. I feel like it'd be faster if I just roll this manually. This macro's not very good for this. There's the second attack, which had disad, so we'll say that first one's against Gideon.
Oh, first
15
one
hit you.
hits.
Well, I mean, the 15 hits?
The 15. Well, 15 will not hit. My AC is 18.
Yeah, you're good. So, I mean, it's 18 and
Oh.
15, so the 15's the
Oh,
disad
okay.
roll.
I thought it was. Oh, I see.
And then for Skirp,
Also
same
at
thing.
disad.
I thought it was 18 and 19 is the roll.
Nope.
Cool.
28. And then...
Wow.
12.
Keep dreaming, man. Keep dreaming. The second at disad is 25 for 26
Whoa.
damage. Sorry about that lay on hands, boss.
Wait, doesn't he still
We
take
still take
19
19.
damage?
I take Nate. Right.
Well, it's at disad.
Right,
So-
but the
So only the attack roll gets rerolled, not the damage.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. So he takes 19. Fair.
Okay.
Sorry, the
Cool.
macros are set up in such a way that it's...
Nice.
we're good.
Fair enough. So yeah, That happens. Punches in face, 19 damage. Floki, you just saw the thing like lean back and just boom, boom, hammer down on your friends.
I tell Skirp not to let some goblin or some golem punch him in the face, and give him attack of opportunity or advantage in his attack with my bonus action. Seeing Tali's spells obviously do better than my bow, I'm going to attempt to follow suit since she's the cleric I'm supposed to like learn from. And throw fire.
All right.
Radiant fire.
Save.
I think it has magical resistance though, based on the fact that it got advantage on the last set.
And then
Oh.
I'll roll it twice just to be consistent. With advantage, takes it on the 18.
Got advantage against that. Dumb.
Anything else, Loki?
No, I'm good.
Skirp, you're back up.
I am ready.
Mostly. I don't know. That's a pretty big hit.
Oh. Oh man, I can't back down though. I gotta protect my party. Oh, how's this thing looking? Like, have we melted through its legs?
You guys have taken chunks out of like its legs and midsection, and Tally burned a pretty large hole through the center of it.
All right, I'm just gonna take the normal multi-attack. First one at advantage. The second one is also gonna roll at advantage, so it's just the left die again. 16 and 13.
Both misses.
Just can't find purchase on its giant ambery legs.
That are right in front of you somehow. Gideon. Skirp's swings go wide. You duck because he's getting crazy. He lost too much blood, apparently.
Well, crap. All right, I'm going to stab it with my blood spear. Does that hit?
You have stabbed it with your blood spear.
I'm going to use goading attack. So it does 11 damage, and it has to make a wisdom saving throw. And otherwise, it has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me. Oh,
The 2 extra damage takes it down. It had 1 hit point left
Monster.
after the 9.
you monster!
I was like, wait for it. There it is.
Stab it in the leg, and it just buckles.
Like you hit it in like the knee joint, and it just kind of like disconnects and like stumbles down, and then crumbles and falls sideways over the lecture seating and down into the aisleway.
Well then, that was exciting.
Mm.
You
guys okay?
I think Skirp might be like mostly paste inside of his armor.
That's pretty close. I mean, I would have been a lot worse off if I didn't have that lay on hands, but I'm doing okay.
So, just quickly, I've now put all the cracks in the floor outside together. This thing's been patrolling up and down the hallway, right?
The cracks that it just put in the floor, very much similar.
Wonder how long this guy's been here. Like, does he know? Did he know this was here and not warn us?
Are you asking him that directly?
I'm about to.
I wouldn't.
like-
I don't think he. Oh no, there he goes.
I'm gonna go. Did you know that this thing was out there? That, judging by the cracks in the floor, it's been walking up and down here a lot.
He says, no, don't leave the room when it's loud outside. It's explosions, boom, 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 boom. Sounds like that, like the fire and the flame.
I'm starting to hate him. You just stay right there. Okay. Well, what'd you find out there, Floki?
He found me. I was doing my stealthy thing, and he looked right at me as soon as I poked my head on a corner, and so I came to introduce him to Skirp, because Skirp likes new friends.
I do.
You're not wrong.
And I will happily go find another one. Be right back. And I'll roll stealth and go back to that room now.
While he's gone,
wanna
I'm gonna
leave.
look over this thing. Is there any like gems, or like you said its eyes were glowing?
Well, I mean, it's made of amber, so I mean, yeah, there's a lot of.
Well, okay. Things
Is there
that,
anything other than amber here?
that I might be able to lever out, or
No, it is entirely made of amber, like entirely.
no like runes carved into it or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Nothing. Okay.
I want to go have a quick chat with her friend.
Feel free. He is your friend.
Hey, buddy. I know we've just met, but I feel like I can call you friend.
He says, "Friend."
Friend.
He picks one of the crumbs of like the rations kind of up off his lap and pops in his mouth. Makes
Yeah.
a very long process of chewing like the tiniest crumb,
Um,
smacking his lips the entire time.
Yeah. Well, just wanted to ask. Noticed you had something down there on your belt. Had me a little worried about you. What's up with that book?
He like his eyes narrow when you mention it, and he wraps his arms around it and pulls it closer to him. He says, "It is my book. Mine,
Oh,
not the master's. Mine."
what's it? What's in it?
Things that are mine. Mine.
Mm.
The master had some, but these ones are mine.
Okay. All right, I'll back off that a little bit. We'll give it some thanks. All right. So, somebody out exploring?
Yeah, Floki's out exploring. Floki, so the exact same thing that you saw before was the same thing that you saw before, which is
In
this
fact,
room.
the giant thing is back, and another one turns towards
Yes. The respawn timer started, and so this room is collapsed in. There was a giant thing in it. It's otherwise pretty featureless. You can see out the balcony. This black marble balcony is not amber, 30 feet above the floor, overhangs the northeast corner of the temple. There are two amber doors leading from this balcony northward.
I take an extra moment sitting here looking at this thing.
You can see the statue, but you can't make out its head. Even with your dark vision, like you can see kind of like that, like black and white. From the neck up is entirely enshrouded in darkness.
Okay, but there's no light and no fire coming my way that I see, right?
Presently, there's not.
Okay, I'm gonna hug the wall.
Okay. So far, no problems. You make it into another room. This bare stone room consists of a foyer to the west and a shrine to the east. 4 candlesticks lie on the dusty floor of the foyer. In the shrine, fragments of a shattered obsidian statue are scattered in a raised alcove at the eastern end of the chamber. 2 pairs of empty alcoves line the north and south walls. So it's talking about this alcove and that alcove as being empty. And there are doors behind you as well that are presently closed.
I'll investigate the doors to my left.
Okay. Everybody else, it's quiet. Floki hasn't come back. He's been gone for a couple minutes.
I figure we'd hear yowl.
Yelping.
Do you want? Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't see crap out there, so.
No, I can't.
I'm good to leave him for a few more minutes.
The door is neither locked nor trapped, as best you can tell.
Okay.
Which is to say, you.
I
you're
listen on
pretty
the other
sure.
side for other sounds.
Nope, nothing. Just the odd echoiness that the entire place has.
Okay, I hug the wall back. Same route that I came.
All right, so I'm gonna make you roll another stealth check
Sure.
because I'm like that.
So Tally,
Gideon, how hurt are you? How hurt are you?
not at all.
Oh, so it's just Skirp who's been.
Mm-hmm. Before you move any further, hold on a second. Need to check something.
You're saying Gideon?
What do you know about werewolves?
I know that
At the first sign of that lighty thing on its forehead, I use my natural racial ability to just burst speed, by the way.
Okay. No, you're good. You haven't
I
seen
know
nothing happens, just the perpetual darkness from the head area.
Okay. I
know
make
that
it back
some-
safely.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay, so up the rest of the hallway to where the golem was chilling is a set of doors that leads to a balcony to our fire-throwing statue. I managed to creep past the statue into the room north of it on said balcony, and there is a door up there that is closed. It does not open those doors, but it is not trapped nor locked. I figured we can all at least move to the end of the hallway and see one by one if we can get into the room without being seen by the evil statue without a head.
Sounds swell to me.
Wait, the statue doesn't have a head?
It not that I can make out.
It's shrouded in darkness.
Oh.
Darkness.
But when I have
Oh.
dark vision and I can only see black and gray, it just looks black to me. No head.
I just thought it was dark because it was dark. But if you can't see it.
Darkness.
Darkness.
So, I moved to the end of the hallway, assuming everybody's following me.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm in for that.
I reiterate,
You see,
don't go past
there
these
was
doors without
a
being
very
sneaky.
nice necklace. And all right.
You've made a deal for the necklace if you care to.
But we have to go to the place where we think the flame skulls are and like get it.
Well,
I'm worried we're heading the wrong direction. It's fine.
All right, so do we want to tie a rope to me and then I'll sneak across and you guys can follow the rope one by one following?
Let me check really quick.
is it dark?
Tally, I've seen you create light before. Is there any chance you could like
Scrib, you can see
reveal
my
the
arrow,
statue's
right?
head?
What
Yes,
was the
thank
last
you.
part- what was
It
the last
goes
part there,
like
Jacob?
straight to that.
Up or
Is there
down?
any chance you could use light to
Like
reveal
just
the statue's
straight.
head?
Boom, boom, boom,
Cool.
boom. That
Thank you.
direction.
Sorry, go ahead with the light.
I
Maybe we
have
could
to be able
blind
to
it.
touch. I have to be able to touch something
Oh.
to make it light. If we had something like I could take
You
this
could light
copper.
a bolt and I could fire it.
You could. If it shot a fireball here, though, I would feel very sad about that.
I would rather not provoke a fireball shooting thing.
But
When-
I
if
could
given
shoot
the
it in
option.
the head, or where the head should be.
It shot 3 fireballs at me in 3 seconds. I don't want to provoke a fireball throwing statue.
Yeah, but I haven't been hit by a fireball yet, so
Well, how
Oh,
about
a couple of fur balls?
How
maybe.
about
I spend this time blessing Skirp because obviously Gideon just wants to fight it. So I bless Skirp.
You guys have
I
seen
will-
Ghostbusters too, right?
No,
Mhm.
No, okay. Don't worry about it.
isn't that the correct answer though?
For Ghostbusters 2? No.
What am I thinking of then?
All right.
So I
I got
figure-
13.
I figure we'll tie the rope to me and then I can go across. And then one by one you guys can follow, see if you guys make it.
All right.
All right, I will take the rope and walk across. Following the same path, I tell him to hug the wall like I did, because that's what I know works. And when I get into this side of the room, I will go around the door, by the way.
And,
Okay.
And before you go, sorry, Jericho.
Wake him up.
One tug means it's good. Frantic tugging means we'll pull you back.
Sounds good. I like it.
Skirp, you're moving a drawing around.
Hmm?
It looks like you're moving a drawing around when you move your character.
Oh,
Just letting you
well,
know.
thank you.
All right, so I get across, and I let them know I'm across.
All right. As the next stealthiest, I guess I'll go first. You have a rope, right? And it's like taut.
Yes.
Or he's like tugged
I
at
will
it,
just follow it directly across with my 13 stealth. I'm
All right.
moving pretty quick.
Huff, 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 huff.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
Right.
Just your
That's about 30
somewhat
feet.
stealthy footsteps gently echoing.
Okay.
So Skirp has the advantage, right, on stealth?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you.
In that he has
regular
stealth.
He's on
Yes,
regular
he will.
stealth.
Thanks, heavy armor.
While I
I-
wait for them,
I
I'm gonna
don't-
look around this room.
No, I'm in medium armor.
Are you?
Yeah,
I
but
thought
I
you were
still
in
get
heavy.
disadvantage.
Oh, okay. You're in the medium that has
I'm
disadvantage.
in half plate.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Do
you're
these
me first.
candelabras look expensive? I'm kind of
It
just
might as well be
casing
me
the room.
last.
Are you intimidating the candelabra?
I meant to
Apparently.
roll investigation. I took the wrong one.
You are not very good at
The candlesticks are unimpressed.
Just looking around the room for anything valuable.
All right, like the entire room.
Yeah.
Wait, why do I have
Alright.
disadvantage?
Oh.
What kind of armor are you in?
wearing?
What? Hold on. Where?
I don't think clerics get heavy armor, do they?
No, I don't.
But what?
Oh,
what-
scale mail? Is that disadvantage on stealth? It looks
Let
like
me
it is.
Google it.
That might be right.
Oh, it's gonna
Scale
drive me
mail.
crazy.
That
more like
might be
scale
right.
mail.
I
Yeah,
don't
stealth
know.
disadvantage. AC
Hey!
14.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I mean, I didn't roll much better, so.
Is this where we're headed to? Is this
Yep.
where the rope goes? Oh, yes, there.
Yes.
Oh wait, hang on. I'm just on nothing. So 6.
All right. Solid. A solid
uh,
6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Assuming
I
you
gotta
can
check
make
something real
the-
quick.
Okay.
But your 17 is basically for the entire room. So hold on.
Yeah, I wanted to know if there was a way to tell what the statue was. Or I should make Floki do the room searching since he rolls
Okay.
plus 11 or something.
First thing is, let me get you if there's any flavor text on the statue.
I
It
rolled
is made of obsidian and it has been crushed.
crushed.
And it sits up a little bit, like the it's up on kind of a dais of sorts.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, it looks like it's some sort of like hooded figure, but there's no other distinctions. However, with your searching of 17, you find a secret door.
Oh.
Does
Oh crap.
Skirp get across?
Yes, he does.
He's
Oh.
leaving us in suspense.
Skirp gets across.
I untied
This
the
door,
rope.
this is the second secret door I've ever found, and I didn't find it by slumping against it after getting knocked unconscious. So I'm improving, guys.
That was so good.
I'm improving.
Yes, there's a secret door there.
Okay, from now on, Floki, you're checking every room for secret doors.
Okay. No.
Right? Okay.
There's also the doors across the room that Floki listened at but did not open.
Yeah. We could check which one do you guys want to check first?
I will attempt to go through the secret door. Stealthy.
Secret tunnel.
You are very stealthy.
tunnel.
It is not locked.
And die.
I'm going to remove the light restriction on it since you guys found it. A dusty corridor heads north and then bends to the east, descending a dark staircase. The air is thin but heavy with the stench of death. It descends a total of 30 feet from this point.
I come back through. It smells like a morgue.
Yee.
That's worrisome. Is a morgue better than a statue that shoots fireballs?
Well, I
we'd
want
be
to open this
behind the
door
statue,
first.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right, you rolled really high on that door, so you know it's not trapped or locked.
Right. I open the door.
You may pass.
Step through door.
This narrow room has an arrow slit in the center of the south wall.
To the morgue.
It's 10 feet high in here, and it looks out onto the temple floor, just beneath the raised left arm of the statue.
I will look out the people just to see if I see anything suspicious.
Fireball.
You see the part of the back of the statue, like its elbow, and then the bit of the floor you can make out with your dark vision, but that's it.
That's just
Be a great place to shoot at someone.
That's just a archer hole thing. That's a Gideon room. So yeah, there's dead people downstairs, or at least it smells like death. Where does Skirp's sixth sense save go?
Oh man. Hang on. I'm gonna spin around. And I believe that we're trying to go this general direction.
Well, those stairs go the other direction.
That's correct.
Well, for now.
Alright, I'll stealth down.
Oh yeah, they totally go the wrong direction.
I will I'll stealth down and see if there's like anything past this that's not gonna kill us. Yep.
All right. As you descend downward, the stairs descend into a collapsed hall with a high ceiling and amber glazed walls. Rubble covers most of the floor, and a path leads through the rubble to an open doorway. The deathly stench seems to come from there. It is on a different map, however, so I can move you over if you wish to explore further.
I'm at least gonna stick my head in to like see if there's obviously it might reach around to the direction he's trying to go.
All right, let me get over to that other map real quick, and then I'll pull you over.
Okay.
Oh, I need to copy your token first, but it'll be hell. This is the one thing I need that extension for. Map transitions are not elegant. All right, Floki to here, and then I will ping you up to where you are. Might have dragged down a little.
On the stream. This is the usefulness of the stream.
Yep, I kind of use it to gauge where he's at. So there's the rest of the stairs, the rubble collapsed room, and then there's a path through the rubble that leads to an open doorway that's kind of south east of where you currently are. If you poke around the corner.
The door's open.
The door is open.
So from here, I just see this doorway.
Yep.
And from this direction, if this map has me turn around, which way does Skirp want to go?
This map is the exact same layout as the last map. You're just down below where you were, but he wants to go that way.
That way. Okay, so.
But it could be that you have to go down and then circle up.
Right. I will. I assume so. Skirp's technically like right here, right? Because he's on the stairs.
Yeah, he's up above on the stairs.
All right. I will. I will step back up on the stair and say there's just a door going the opposite direction down here. And it smells like death.
Okay, but
God, that is so the wrong direction. But I don't
So-
see a door going the right direction, so I think deeper in is better than less deep in.
Do you
We
want me to
could
go
finish
check that door?
exploring this floor and then come back and check it out if we don't find a better lead. But on the other hand, why have a secret door if there's not something valuable hidden behind it?
Like this
I don't know.
thing that we're gonna go find.
Solid gold statues.
So consensus is go check the door.
Yes, let's go downstairs.
Okay.
All right, I will bring over the party proper. Let me grab the rest of
Okay.
your tokens.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okie dokie, here we go. Da-da-da-da. And party.
Hi.
Party over here. Whoop whoop. And then you guys are here. Sorry if your tokens are a little off kilter on the grid. Fix them as you please.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be staying back.
All right. So I'm gonna, with my stealth, gonna follow the wall and creep up to the door and peek around the corner.
All right. Into this room,
Like,
you see some sort of odd, like amber sarcophagus sitting in an alcove.
is lighting accurate here? Can I see those tokens or not?
Yes, lighting is accurate. You also make out two kind of grim gray skin looking things looking at you. They're not on the floor, they're clinging to the wall behind the amber colored sarcophagus.
Okay. I follow the path that I followed to get down there. And get to here, and I say, it's a twap. There are weird things, and I even demonstrate how they're hanging onto the wall above things with my climbing speed. And I get, they're waiting to jump on somebody. And I saw at least two. I didn't see what's north of the room, though.
How big is that room?
I didn't, like I said, I only stopped at that corner, so I only saw that little area.
Oh.
Yeah, he just kind of peeked in through and saw a piece of it, so he didn't get the full.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't see very much. I almost feel like turnabout is fair play, and we have somebody here who's pretty good at flinging fireballs.
Ooh, I see what you're saying. So you want to throw a Tali special in there?
Right?
Is that what we're calling it now?
I'm all down for a Tali special.
Yeah.
Feels fair. But then again, okay, you saw multiples in just the little section of the room you saw?
Yes, at least two in just the little section I saw. I saw, yeah, maybe like 10 by 15, and I know there's more stuff north because I only saw like the bottom of the room.
Ruler
Sorry.
Rave.
What are these things again? Are these like the gargoyles we saw up front?
See,
They are gray skin looking nasty things, humanoids of some kind, and
good.
they're clinging to the wall. That's the
Seems
best
good.
description that you have thus far without seeing them with thine own eyes.
Mm.
If you saw
How-
two in just a corner of the room, we should assume there's a lot more.
Right? I concur.
But a fireball could handle everything in that room, possibly, depending on how big it is. If
How big
placed
is the
in the
room?
right place.
He doesn't know. He didn't see all the way.
Oh, okay.
But from what he saw, like to the corner of the room was only a couple, right, like 15 feet at the most.
He would have seen from there to there, so 20 feet from, well, 15 feet from the inside of the room. So yeah.
Well,
I mean, we could have
We can
a very
try.
loud skirp go down, block the door, and get their attention, and then whatever reveals itself.
I'm pretty good at that.
I mean,
Then you can
I like
aim
the
the
Tali
fireball
special.
to not hurt him.
I could also just launch the fireball.
I'm with that too. Just try to get it like a couple feet into the room. So
Because then,
it-
and then you guys could see, right? There'd be
It will
light.
be very bright for a moment.
The brightest star burns twice as fast.
That's right. So
If
is it
they're
completely dark
waiting
down
to
here?
ambush, they probably already know we're here.
They weren't. I mean, Zeb was stealthy,
Yeah.
but
Might
they
have
were
just been
looking
sleeping.
at the door, like they were clinging up and kind of looking over their shoulders back
Oh,
at it.
never
So
mind.
Shit.
Did he see how tall the room is?
he did not.
All right. So is it black, like pitch black in there? Can I see into the room at
It
all?
is super dark in here. Like unless it's like the lantern room. You guys like the lectern room? It's dark in here.
You can
Okay.
cast
Can
light
I
on
at
one of these
least
pebbles.
can
and
I
you chuck
see
it.
like where the hallway goes to, or like at what point does my line of sight just die off?
Depends on what your light source is.
Right now, it's just Skirp, isn't it? You still have
Yeah,
your
probably.
weapon out?
No.
Oh,
We're trying to be
we have
sneaky,
no
right?
lights.
So
Just
effectively
clinging
at
to
that
each
point,
other in the
like
dark.
yeah, clinging to each other in the dark, following Floki's directions.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could cast light on an arrow or a bolt, and I could launch it in there.
I could launch it in there since I can see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
that's a
would be
much
fair.
better idea.
Okay. I like that.
All right.
Here, come up here.
Floki,
I'll light
not
one of those for
Floki.
you.
Skirp, come down and get in front of us all.
All right.
And
Well, give you some light on one of those things.
All right.
And
I
then,
will
so I think
shoot an arrow in there. Is what you
I'll
want?
be waiting like right here,
Okay.
and as soon as you shoot, I'm going to try to pop around the corner. What the shit?
we had Skirp move in front of us so that if they do charge him,
Oh, well.
It's good for
Okay.
you.
Can I like lean around the corner and fireball?
Yeah, that's fine.
you can move
Okay.
through him too.
I know. Okay. That's
and
fine.
I'm
then
not
move back.
tall.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I will.
Where's your-
So the goal here is that Floki is going to shoot the light arrow. I'm going to, when he does, I'm going to track it and see where it lands, and then aim the fireball where it lands. Does that sound
Okay.
like a plan?
Or within
that's
the
fine.
area, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to land it on that sarcophagus based on what I can see.
Okay.
So,
So you're gonna shoot into like right here, basically.
Yep.
make
okay.
sure, make sure it's
Try,
not too
try to
close
aim
us.
your
We need
fireball
20
little
feet
like,
of clearance.
Yeah, try to hit it so that it hits the most of the room as possible.
Danger close.
Danger close.
So I shoot the light arrow.
All right. You shoot the light arrow.
All right.
We'll say that it lands. Where's your trajectory? You're targeting a square. It's AC 5, and I'm not gonna make you roll it because that's silly.
He already
He
did.
already
though.
did.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're fine. We'll create intersection. You can hit whatever you want, so you're gonna aim for the sarcophagus one there.
Yep.
All right. So you hit it. It's lit up. So Tally, you have basically a marker.
All right. Firing.
Skirp, you could
perfect.
make a piece of it as well. All right. Boom.
Need
and
20-foot
then-
radius.
20-foot radii.
Dexterity saving throw.
So from there,
Oh!
that's the room. So for max damage, let me see. I have to roll. Oops, cancel. There we go. Make sure I do this right.
That's not max damage. Only 2 of those dice max.
Well,
out.
But it's
Some of
it's
them-
all like all those
it's
are above
well
average,
above
except for
average,
one.
yeah.
Right. Yep.
God, yeah, 48 would be my max, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a time! What a time to be alive.
And then DC is 15.
Wow! Whoa!
One success.
Got
let's see
him.
let's see how many hit points things in this room have, shall we?
Wait, things have hit points?
Hopefully
Well,
they
have
all
some
have
hit points
less
after
than 39. Because if they have all
Yeah,
39 and he's kicked out of the
Let's hope
party,
they have
Oh,
exactly
I'm gonna be out of the
38.
party like 7 times over.
Let's hope they have exactly 38.
You hear a bunch of just horrible, ghastly screaming.
Literally ghastly.
God.
Let's just say I'm not that clever. No, I'm entirely that clever. Yeah, you hear some ghastly screaming. Now you guys can roll for initiative because that was
I-
basically the chain that lit off. the fuse.
I thought it might be them based on, wow, I'm the worst, based on just what I know of
Nope. Well, I
Yes.
guess this makes sense. I had the
bad smelling
Alpha Strike.
undead creatures that cling to things. That's, yeah, not very many.
No, you were money. Who am I missing?
Hang on,
Shit.
hang on, hang on.
A
Hang on.
certain script ripper.
Not bad.
Spurred on by the fact that he is currently on fire and a good chunk of hit points. He comes screaming out of the. Did they break that thing? You could pick up a token and see where it moved, or am I just doing it wrong?
They changed it now. I don't remember how to do it. They did change it. I don't know why.
He will attempt to mostly double move, but since it's difficult terrain here, he's going to climb up the wall instead. And he comes climbing around the wall, but he uses all of his movement to do so. So he skitters around, and now he's hanging up on the wall, like 5.5, 6 feet up on the side of the wall.
Based on the number of saving throws. Oh, 247 damage. Sorry.
Good job. And that is his turn. Floki, this weird thing ran out of the room on fire and then jumped up the wall and skittered over in front of Skirp.
Skirp, don't let that
I
thing
almost
bite
made
me. And that's my
direction.
bonus action to give him advantage, and I shoot it.
Okay. You may shoosh it.
Do the shoosh.
It has been shushed thusly. And that is a hit, and nicely done. It has an arrow sticking out of it, like you hit it dead in the chest, and it like lets go of like one of its claws off the wall. And it's just kind of like dangling there, and it just looks at you and growls.
Like I said,
Skirp.
Skirp, don't let that thing touch me.
So it's on the ceiling, right? You said, or is it on the wall?
Sorry, on the wall.
Oh, okay.
It's just like menacing, like sticking
Okay.
out a long, gross tongue.
Great. So let's go hard. I'm
The
just
other option
gonna.
is to go home. So
All right. I am going to, as a bonus action. Hang on, let me double check my spells per day really quick. Good, I got one more. As a bonus action, I'm going to light up my sword with Searing Smite.
all right, your S word is now lit up.
It's going to give me an extra d6 of fire damage and set the target on fire. And then we're also going to do an actual smite
Okay.
with advantage. Only the first one's on advantage, so the second shot is the leftmost.
That is a hit, and that is a hit exactly on AC, and it dies. And Zeb is correct. At most, it had 2 HP left, which is to say, it had 2 hit points left.
Oh, well.
There's no kill like overkill.
That seemed like a bigger, badder thing than. You know what? Not gonna justify it.
No.
You-
He's a
That was a
paladin.
heroic-
It was undead.
You're
He did what
good.
he had to do.
A heroic
You did the right
smiting.
thing. Also, the light doesn't smiting do more extra damage to undead things?
Yeah.
So you probably could have like one-shot it, maybe.
I think so. I would have got an extra D8 and an extra D6 on top of what it just had there.
Yep. You probably could have killed it from full health.
And then that would have set it on fire. So yeah.
Wow.
So Tally killed 6 of the 7 things in there with one action. So
Technically, I mean, a lot of this goes to Zeb for spotting them.
indeed,
I like the
Good job,
artillery, sort of like
artillery cleric.
firing a light, like a signal to a location.
The vestiges of the fireball cling to the arrow that's in there, and so it's still illuminating it a little bit. But the sarcophagi.
Stealthily creep my
Sarcophagus.
way in there again to make sure you got them all.
Go for it.
I get
The
to
dead things do not
here,
notice you.
and I look.
Yes, you can, and I'll get rid of the thing here. So, in this room, whose description is now lost to me. Here we go. This room has amber glazed walls and a floor of dark green marble. 3 amber sarcophagi stand in alcoves. There were 7 feral humanoids clinging to the walls. All of them had 3 eyes, 2 normal eyes, and a 3rd lidless eye that appeared to be blinded by cataracts. 5 more cling to the walls and ceiling, which is to say there were 7 total. So
Nothing's
Zeb, do
moving.
not cap at me. I'll kill you. Nothing is moving. However, when you walk in here and you see these sarcophagi, you see there's just like the tiniest like wisp or sliver of darkness in each of these sarcophagi. You also kind of make out like whispering as you cross into the room. Not anything you can make out specifically, but some kind of whispering.
Oh, I hear something?
Yeah, just like very, very faint whispering.
Oh, I will not yell back.
Not one voice, several voices.
Okay. This is far enough. And I inform the party. There's nothing moving. There are 6 corpses in there, and there are 3 sarcophaguses that are talking to each other in that room.
That's not good.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm not stopping you. I'm just
I'm
letting you know. I'm the scout who reports.
I'm gonna go
This
ahead.
is the scouting report.
Nothing moving in there. Hey, Tally,
Are you
would
guys
you
cool
mind
if I
giving
cast
me
light?
another light? Yeah.
I go cast it on me.
Smoking kills, guys.
On my. I need a light. Go cast it on my shield.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna break out a torch too.
There's already an arrow in there with light on it.
Yeah, but I want my
Oh.
own light source.
It's probably gonna go away when I cast light on my shield.
Also, yeah, it was also burning from, you know.
Yeah, it was on fire.
All valid points.
So this room, does it what you said it's rubble. Does it look like it used to be a bigger room that like
It does. It looks like it's collapsed.
okay.
This main part of the room, yeah.
So it's not like they tunneled into here.
No.
This used
no.
to be an actual room that
Yes.
okay. I guess I'll enter the room with the
If it helps, the room directly above this, where the golem came from, was in a similar state where it looked like it had collapsed in from the top. So it's likely this part of the temple had some sort of, event.
structural damage.
Yeah.
I mean, with a giant golem stomping around, weakening floors.
All right. So who's all in the room right now?
I'm coming in.
Right, that's as far as I plan on going ever, unless I needed to go farther.
I'll make
Right
room for
behind you
someone to
guys.
come in behind me.
Okay.
It's fine.
As people enter the room, you hear whispering, gentle whispering. You can't make out anything initially. Gideon, perhaps a little bit louder as you're a bit deeper in the room.
Okay.
But otherwise, all of these sarcophagi seem to be about the same. They're about 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, 5 feet thick, of a block of kind of like rough-hewn amber that's made to look like a sarcophagus. And then, like I mentioned to Zeb when he was looking in here, there's just kind of a faintest wisp, kind of in like the center-ish top of just looks like pure darkness.
So you're saying we could extract DNA from it and make dinosaurs?
Welcome
Yes,
to
yes, I
Jurassic
am.
Park.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You religious types are pretty good at, checking for evil, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that something you can do?
I could do some I got some idea of whether things are generally good or bad, but not as much a handle on it as I'd like to.
Let's see.
All right, so who's standing where?
Haven't moved.
That is
I-
Gideon.
Yeah.
The whispering gets louder as you're standing kind of in front of this. You can make out one of the voices more clearly than the others. It sounds female.
Ooh. So the voices are pretty clearly coming from the sarcophaguses.
Hmm.
All of them?
Well, so far the one whisper has gotten more distinct as Gideon got closer to a specific.
Do I only hear 3 voices, or is it?
Yes. Currently, you only
I
hear 3
feel like
voices.
that's a fair assumption. Can I make out any words at all?
No, you can't.
Do they seem to be talking to each other?
You can't tell from where you are. Just hear kind of like background noise whispering. You're aware that things are whispering. You just don't know what they're saying.
Sure.
So
gonna
remember
step
like the
forward.
forbidden knowledge, forbidden power thing the guy upstairs was talking about? Feel like we may have found it.
Maybe.
And it's not written word. Skirp's in heaven.
All right.
I'm pretty happy about
It's
it.
an
I don't
oral
want to
tradition.
know. Like if they're whispering, maybe they're saying something
They're
important.
talking shit about you like mad right now.
Is there any markings on the sarcophagus that are significant?
Mm-mm.
It's a ballsy move. Talking shit after we just kicked their asses. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna move into the room, do a little,
A dance.
and so their sarcophaguses. They're standing upright,
Yes, they're standing upright.
and they have a lid on the front of them, Egyptian style.
Kind of, yeah. There's not necessarily like a defined like crack where a lid would be. They're just shaped generally like a sarcophagus.
So I don't see a way that I would open one necessarily.
Correct.
Okay, so there are 3 here.
You guys both hear voices as well as you move in closer. Tally and Skirp. Skirp, I'll say you also hear the northern voice, which sounds more female, and Tally, you'll hear the one more eastern, which is a man's voice, but sounds kind of, you can't quite make it out, but something seems wrong with it, like it's hollow maybe? Like it's talking through like a long tunnel almost,
Oh.
but you still can't make out the words.
Does it sound like common or a language I understand?
It's just background noise. Like it's not enough to like actually hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna look at my coffin,
Okay.
my sarcophagus, get in there, see if I can see a way to open it.
It doesn't look like there's a way to open it.
All right. Well,
Do you touch it in your investigation?
I absolutely touch it in my investigation.
As you touch it, a female voice echoes in your head, and it's. Did you ever watch Beast Wars?
Yes.
You know Black Arachnia's voice?
Yes.
It sounds exactly like that.
You're not gonna do it?
She goes, "Welcome, I am Drizlash,
Thank
the
you.
9-eyed spider. Accept my gift, and the power of the spider is yours." It wasn't quite Black Arachnia enough for me. Whatever, you get the idea.
No, it was solid. That was pretty money. Okay. All right. Take my hand off.
Okay.
All right.
The
Touch it
voice-
again.
The voice begins again. Same thing.
Same exact phrase.
Offering you the power of the spider.
Is it like a recorded message?
No, that's a legit question. Does it change at all as I touch it?
So far, no, it doesn't.
All right. So it doesn't seem to be much intelligence behind the voice. It just seems like a. All right. Before I do anything else, I'm going to say out loud Can you hear me? To the coffin.
Are you touching it?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
You hear the same voice go, yes.
Interesting.
You accept my offering.
Guys, I think he's talking to the sarcophagus.
Not yet.
Skirp.
Hold on.
Who are you talking to?
I am talking to Black. No, what's her name?
Drizzlash, the nine-eyed
Drizzlash.
spider.
I am talking to Drizzlash, the nine-eyed spider. Who? Hang on.
I missed an obvious Zool reference here, and I feel bad for it.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds like some kind of entity, but nothing either of you have any sort of familiarity with.
Okay. It's actually coming along. Touch a different coffin.
Okay. The one next to you, east.
Yeah.
All right. You hear this hollow, kind of almost like windy voice, like it's far away. It says, "I am Davlor Na, he of the many teeth. I live many lives. Accept my offering, and you might enjoy the same."
I already got that one.
Yeah,
You just hear a door slam and like someone walking downstairs and a car starting.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat the things that I'm hearing because other people seem hesitant to touch these. I'm gonna say,
Okay.
look, as I touch each of them, they're offering me power. This must be the ancient power. Drizzlash, the nine-eyed spider. I point to the north. Something of the many teeth.
Davlor Nar, he of the many teeth.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. And then bottom thing, please.
Bottom.
All right. This one sounds regal, almost kingly in the voice. And he says that I am Zontras, the Kingmaker.
Don't trust the Kingmaker.
Accept my offering, and all will bow before you.
Interesting.
So they're all making you offers for.
They are.
Are
what's
they,
the
are they
cost?
exclusive?
Zontras. Can you hear me, Zontras?
Zontras hears you.
What
Zontras doesn't care.
if I accepted your power? What would that entail?
Others would be powerless against your beauty and grace. They would accept the things you say as
Shit,
law.
I got that.
Another car starts up.
Tell me the downside.
Strahd?
yeah.
Question mark.
Are you touching the sarcophagus up?
Assuming he's relaying, I'm gonna spit it at Skirp. If Skirp does not ask, yes, I will wander up to it afterwards and ask.
Sure. I will relay that after this. First,
Okay.
What do I give you in exchange?
I ask nothing.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Are you
Alright.
trapped in there, or are you the sarcophagus? What was the deal with this?
Hang on, I'm a little off here.
What's the deal with sarcophagus?
Yes.
Do you know the Lord Strahd?
And you hear the Dark One is known to us.
Would he bow before me and accept my word as law?
Even the Dark Lord would consider the things that you say.
Consider?
Interesting.
I mean, that's better than where we stand currently.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Are you gods?
Yes and no.
Oh.
Can I accept your power and that of the nine-eyed spider and the man of many teeth?
Says those are your choices to make, my power will not stop you from doing such.
Damn. Okay. We'll talk in a second. I'll relay everything that I've
Floki,
learned.
it's up to you, man. If you want to go touch it and accept the gift, you have to make the choice.
I literally, like, honestly, in character and out of character, I have zero problems with anyone taking this power.
Do we trust it?
If the one to the south claims that Strahd will bow, will gladly take the one to the south. The other two sound horrendously horrible and are animalistic, and I'm already animal enough.
All right, I'm gonna touch the south one, and ask, what guarantee do we have that this will not come with a cost?
He says, I grant you my boon. Whether you take it or do not is your choice.
Loki does it.
Can I roll insight?
You're just
Figure
going
out-
for it?
Yep. Loki's
That
he's in.
man, I think that just happens.
Okay. So as that's happening, you guys are just basically doing this at the exact same time. So Zeb walks up and grabs it. Yeah? You put your hand on it.
I accept.
Roll your insight, Tally. There's something to the way that he's wording, like the way he's phrasing things. Like he's not being totally there. But
Guys, this isn't. He's
Zeb,
messing with us.
Zantras, the Kingmaker, offers you his boon. Do you accept?
If Strahd will bow,
So
I accept.
It's not on the level.
He didn't say that Strahd would bow. He said that even Strahd would consider the things that you say.
Consider
Not
the
on the
things I
level.
say as law.
I said exactly what he said.
He's messing with you. He is not telling us everything.
So
This thing is in a morgue, basically.
would
It's
you
a
become
sarcophagus
Spider-Man if you accept
in a
the-
morgue? We can
Uh,
come back later. We could get other people's counsel if
Above
we really
10,
want to consider
Floki
this.
says yes. Below 10, he says no.
He's playing the game.
Oh,
Cat's
Wait, what was the
curiosity
thing?
accepts.
above 10 he says yes, below he says no.
All right, you have accepted Zantras, the Kingmaker's boon. Your charisma increases by 4. It can only do so to a maximum of 22. So,
Okay.
Shit. Okay, that's pretty good. That's
so your charisma goes up by 4 automatically.
Right.
In addition, you gain the following flaw. This flaw always takes precedence over a flaw that might counteract it.
Okay.
I won't take no for an answer.
Oh, great. Okay.
Enjoy the charisma. That is a permanent charisma boost.
Yeah.
It cannot raise it higher than 22.
God, that is a boss charisma boost. What did the spider say that you grant?
the power of the spider or
The
something.
power of the
He hasn't
spider.
explained more.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, how many eyes do spiders usually have?
8.
He's got an extra.
And
Only kind of ashamed to admit that I did not think about that. I was like, yeah, 9-eyed spider. That makes sense.
well, mm,
I will ask the other ones if they know Strahd. I'll start to the east.
They all also say that they know Strahd. Or
And if their power will help me stop Strahd / get home.
they both say that yes, it will.
Yeah. Well, Floki's will do it because he's already given up on Strahd.
God.
So I'll take all 3 and see what happens.
Oh,
Worst case scenario,
Jesus.
It's a new character.
Okay.
Cat's Curiosity's already won that one for me.
I feel like you might not want the power of the spider because. Okay, so the thing is, let me argue with you about this for a
Go
moment.
for it.
before
Well, I don't take no for an answer, so go for it.
Okay.
Shit.
Maybe I can convince
Wait,
you.
what does
though.
that mean,
I mean,
though?
maybe, that doesn't mean you won't be convinced.
Right,
just-
right.
just-
Go ahead.
Okay, so these ghasts, if I remember the description that Pef gave us,
They had the extra eye.
they had an extra eye, and they were all clinging to walls.
Have a point.
So maybe it's something you already have. Is it worth a cost, possibly, to accept a power
I like your wisdom.
It should be said, just that don't accept no for an answer. I don't know that that means that you will always do everything you.
Right.
You know,
No, I got that.
Okay, cool. Just
No,
It's a new
that's a valid argument, and he's not dumb. And the other one is the wolf, or what is the other one?
Many
was
teeth.
Many teeth.
Dava Na, he of
And
many
he said
teeth.
you would live many lives or something.
Many lives.
I mean, you're already, a cat. You have 9 lives. It sounds like possibly you
Some
have
solid
these
arguments.
already.
True.
So these sarcophagi are like slightly open.
No, they're just
Okay.
chunks
Sorry.
of amber in the shape of sarcophagi.
Was there a visible change to the one that he accepted?
There was not.
Was there any physical effect on him besides the fact that he's suddenly super sexy?
Not entirely. Like he,
I mean, like there was no flash of light or a glow or.
nothing along those lines.
All right, I'm gonna touch the one to the south.
Okay.
Do I hear the voice?
You do not. There's silence.
Is there still a wisp inside?
There is.
I'm doing the same thing, just so I also have that information.
All right.
Well-
I take them both. I let chat
All
roll
right.
cat's curiosity, and both rolled above a 10.
Okay.
East
Dava
first.
Na says, "My power is now yours," through his weird echoey voice. All of your teeth fall out.
Ouch.
Oh my god, he took your teeth!
I got it. Mama.
Well, at least you got the charisma.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the only effect?
-4 to charisma.
As far as he can tell, that's the only effect.
-4 charisma. Yeah, you just.
What about the north one?
Call me toothless.
You're gonna have trouble with food.
I'm sorry. What did
Out
you say?
of
I couldn't
character,
understand you.
Zeb, if something happens that might kill you, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
And
the
then you're
north-
accepting the northern one as well.
Yeah.
Drislash happily gives you her gift. A third and blind eye opens in the center of your forehead.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Some sort of like Binding of Isaac run here.
Mm-hmm.
On the upside, people are not going to be looking at me first in town.
That's
That's
true.
I will flip up my hood and probably leave it like such. From
I
here right out.
have a scarf here we could turn into a headband or something if you ever get sick of the hood.
Classic.
So I will. You have. And.
God damn it.
And then the last one, you already have the charisma score, but it is the gift of Zantras the Kingmaker. So all of those you can add to your sheet as a boon in one way or another. And make sure you keep track of your flaw as well, because that's
I got
important. Excellent.
it. I will not take no for an answer. That's gonna be fun for Floki's character.
Floki, would you mind checking the room? Besides,
Well, he can say no.
yeah. I wasn't testing it. I was actually asking him
Oh,
to look
okay.
for secret walls. Since we found
You
one.
find a burned arrow and some charred gassed corpses, but otherwise, it seems like you've fairly well explored the room. It's not terribly large, so it's easy to
Okay.
scour.
Floki,
So dead end.
what did you gain from the other?
Do I know I grew that third eye? Like, did I feel it?
Well,
Yeah,
no.
you felt
Besides
it.
the third eye, did anything else happen?
I'm
What
Try
was
and
the
climb.
gift of the
I
spider?
attempt to
Can you now
talk
shoot
and I
webs
really
out of your
can't.
hands?
Like I gum out the words, nothing.
Can you shoot like webs out of your arms?
Are
Or
you
Are you
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man?
You do not appear to be able to shoot webs out of your
Are you
butt or
Spider-Pig?
arms.
Spider Cat Man?
Negative.
Can you climb walls?
I
He
could do
already
that
could
before.
climb walls. Can you climb ceilings? Spiders can do that. Can cats
Seb,
do that? Cats
Are you
can't.
gonna try?
Sure.
The answer is yes. You can climb. You can literally walk upside down on the ceiling.
Nice. Yes. Yes,
That's
I
pretty cool.
can.
Your speed is the same, but you are able to do so without any kind of check.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's not terrible.
Neat.
So far, Double Nars appears to just be a clever name because he has all the teeth. You don't.
He has many teeth.
That's why he has many.
I love it.
Does anybody
Okay.
want to know what happens if we destroyed one of these?
I'm perfectly happy to leave them intact.
I mean, like, would Floki keep the boon?
Well, I mean, his teeth probably aren't coming back.
They just fell out, right? They didn't disappear, so I keep them in a
Yeah,
bag.
they literally
You
just like
should
fell out of
gather
your-
them all up.
Yeah, I
and we
gather
can-
all of my teeth, and they're in a bag.
All right, you have
Get some tinctures or something.
Yeah,
an
we'll make some
entire
dentures
set
out
of
of them.
cat teeth.
Actually, hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, check the reagent.
Yeah.
Make whole is not
I've
going
got
to work. Don't even
mending.
try.
Although,
Mending,
on.
mending.
let me throw this out there.
It says I could do like
Oh,
Is regeneration a thing, and would it work here?
Regeneration is a thing. It might work. It kind of
Okay.
depends on, whatever thing.
The nature of the curse.
Yes, exactly. The nature of the
Oh.
power.
is it really a curse if you're the one who put it on yourself? Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything more down here. Do we want to return to the top level and see if we can find our way?
Yeah,
Is it working?
definitely.
Does mending work?
I will say that you were able to put together the lower jaw, like the lower jaw worth of teeth and the upper jaw worth of teeth, but not together.
Okay.
So we just got to find like a hinge system
wait,
with springs.
I can give him either his upper teeth or his lower teeth.
Yeah.
No,
pretty
no,
much.
you fused him into one, right? You didn't actually add them back into his face.
Oh no, I was trying to mend it to his.
Oh, to his face?
Yeah.
No, that's not how that works.
Oh, okay.
But you can put them together and like have them out, so you can like play with them. Like,
Oh.
look at me, I'm Floki now. Brr.
Dang, 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 dang.
So we
They're
got to
in a
get some like
bag.
gum
They're in a bag.
to stick them to the top of your mouth. Okay.
Okay. Well, I tried.
You did.
I suggest we head back upstairs,
Is it a dead end around the corner here?
and maybe we shouldn't
Yes,
look for
it
any
is.
more secret doors.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Collapsed.
You. It certainly is.
And maybe you shouldn't or should.
Shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't look for any more secret doors.
I don't know. There was some ancient power.
Yeah,
Some voodoo.
Hoodoo?
the voodoo that you do.
Voodoo?
Okay, so do we feel like we're on the same level as the statue? Since we went upstairs and then we went downstairs, are we now like where the hole led?
You went down about the same number of feet. You're pretty sure. That way, skirt.
And
Guys, it's possible
And
that
up.
hole led
All
down
right.
to.
Wrong direction. We gotta go. Up.
I just without even hesitating, he's like, "Are we going in it?" And I just snap my arm, sort of
No.
up at the top.
I'm not worried about the direction. I'm wondering what floor we're on.
Given how many stairs you went down, you're at least on a similar level to the main, to like the lower
Okay.
floor that you were down before, if not the same.
So it's possible that hole led down to another room like this, or at least on the same floor?
Possible.
The one we tossed the torch into.
Well, yeah, it's about 20 feet down. 25
Yeah.
feet. We went about, what, 2 stories worth of stairs down?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. I'm just
not
trying to
about
keep a
jump in
map of this
hole.
place in my head without the benefits of Fog of War.
Sure.
Indeed.
Just trying to make sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Zeb, so we can't do that. But
Yeah, it's the same twice 2 sessions in a row.
So we going back up?
Yeah, definitely.
all
Let's
right,
do it.
I shall take the party back up.
Okay.
All right,
so
everybody should be there, and I will drag you guys if you're not already where you are.
I could use a short rest.
You guys are
I
back where you
know
started.
exactly what room I would prefer to take a short rest in.
I mean,
And it happens to be along the direction I think we should explore.
Hey,
next.
easy with the tokens there, boss.
You moved the map when I had the token and I was moving it up the stairs. That was not intentional.
We could head back to the
And
room
this
the
is-
barbarians were camped in, and then start checking north.
I mean,
There was
short
nothing in
rest
this room.
is not very
That's
long.
true.
We don't need to like have the most comfortable couches or anything.
Is it 1 hour or is it 10 minutes?
Hour.
It's
Hour.
an hour
Okay.
by base.
10
Although
minutes is Starfinder.
In my game, I run it as 10 minutes. I just say fuck it. It's a house rule.
It's just a breather.
Yeah.
And so there was nothing in this hallway other than the arrow slit.
Correct.
There's not like a. Seems like a
Not that we
hide.
saw.
You could check it for secrets.
If we had a way to shrink down a little bit, we could maybe like slip out that arrow slit and kind of like sneak behind the statue.
We've already got
Well,
a
I mean, are we
Spider-Man. We
above
don't
it?
need an Ant-Man.
What'd you say? Not the Spider-Man Ant-Man thing, the other thing.
Aren't we? We're like 20 feet up from, 25 feet up from the ground.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So if you went up the arrow
not a
slit-
perfect plan, but like
Oh, okay.
But there's a stairway down in front of the statue. Yeah, we got to deal with the statue somehow.
yeah.
I mean, if we're taking an
Yeah.
hour break, there's no reason we can't use this room right here with the arrow slit.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's do that then.
Doo-doo.
All right.
All right.
Middle room.
I gotta burn hit dice.
Me too. Actually, I have 1 spell left for 2nd level. Let's use that.
Solid roll.
Hit dice. My last 2nd level spell for the day.
Better.
Everybody gets 11. Wait, is that long rest or short rest?
Short.
14 to 20.
I didn't take.
Yeah, I didn't have any damage.
5. I'll use a hit dice as well.
All right, I'm back to max.
I hit right there.
Welcome back to Max. It missed you.
Thank you.
Or I'll use another.
Would you mind removing the mark? Oh, I can remove
It's like an episode of Orange is the New Black.
because
Unless I'm
I'm
mistaken-
tracking my temporary HP through a bar. I don't need the mark.
Also, just in case you guys may have forgot, unless I'm mistaken, the 3 of you should all have a higher maximum of hit points by 5.
Oh,
Because I cast aid generally every start of something.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, in that case. Got him.
That's why the marker. That's why the broken heart marker that you had.
Maybe.
All right. Well, I guess we'll spend an hour bandaging wounds, watching Floki show off his new ability.
Floki doesn't show off. He just chills. Sits in a corner
All right.
with this extra eyeball that he's not sure what to do with.
Your hour passes, and you guys heal up a bit. Ready to move
Would
on
it
with your
hurt
lives.
If I poked it,
Probably.
we should find out.
We shall not.
This is what tears the party apart.
Poking advice. I think we should go back around and do the whole way with the flame skulls, because I
me
don't
ask
want them
this.
above us when we're walking through the room with the other thing that can shoot fireballs at us.
Where?
Okay.
How good of a shot do I need to be to like snipe a fireball through here?
Well, we already
The statue's
established.
taller than what you're looking at, so you can't see through the statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
From there, you can only like
What
down past through the statues, like underneath its elbow.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure last session when you like a 20 on your religion check on them, you established that they don't really mind fire.
Oh, right. They are flaming.
Also an accurate statement.
That's right.
All right, so I bless Skirp again, and I will stealth my way across. Hopefully, we're doing this one by one again.
Sure.
Hurrah! Hurrah!
I'm just gonna roll my stealth. And it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, everybody roll them out. Move this little bit along.
I'll go last since you're
Okay.
blessing Skirp, and I'm
Yeah, I'm doing my run across 30
Clunky.
feet. And then once I get there, I'll do a double move and get further away from the door.
Sweet.
Boom, 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 boom.
20.
Not bad. So yeah, you guys all get through. There's no explosions or.
Oh, it's
anything
actually
like.
it's just the first one because disadvantage.
Which
but-
was 20.
Cool.
Actually, so from here, we can see like there's doors and stuff over there.
Yeah, you can make out, assuming you have a light source of some kind.
There's
I do on myself.
I can't see
Yeah.
what he's pointing at. She's pointing. I don't know.
Across the way from this little balcony.
I don't see your token. I can only see. Oh,
I'm like right behind you.
I see.
But yeah, you can see that there's another balcony and stuff.
There's
over
another balcony. There's doors there.
Is there any light glowing? It's just maybe like the door is open and the flame skulls are illuminating.
there is not.
Okay.
Where did?
Hmm?
I lost. Where'd Skirp?
Skirp's
go?
not
Skirp
following
hasn't
us.
moved up, but
Oh, okay, that's fine.
move your
We
token, Skirp.
just assume he's moving
Oh,
with
he's
us.
good.
Because he's
Yeah,
carving.
yeah. I'm with you guys.
I poke my head in, or as we walk by, I look over to make sure the crazy
I'm okay.
guy's still there.
Yeah, you still see him in the back. Like he's kind of moved, and now he's sitting on the stone slab in the back, swinging a little bit, and his little demon friend is no longer invisible.
So if I close my standard two eyes, does the third eye close with them?
Yes.
Can I control just opening the third eye?
Yes, it's kind of like winking.
Okay, so if I close my standard two eyes and look at him with just my third, do I see anything, or is it because it's blind, it's still just black?
Just black.
I'll have to tinker with that to see if I can access like some third sense later. Keep my eyes closed.
Well, I think I'm gonna like walk all the way back down to the southern part here. Hey, Floki,
What?
we never checked this room for secrets.
Which room? This room?
The room we're in now. Yeah.
Show me your
Now that we've found one secret door, I'm paranoid and I want to check everywhere.
Makes sense. Blueberry, stay off my keyboard. What's wrong with you?
25. God. What?
Yep.
Hey! Sorry, I got too excited there. I swear to God, if it's a staircase that leads down into the room that there's already a hole to.
I wait for the
Stairway
party to
to
catch
heaven.
up before I stealth.
Yeah,
Look
once everybody
farther.
catches up, we'll check it.
I'm kind of walking by and I pause at like one of these arrow slits. Can I make out anything coming from the other arrow slits?
How long are you gonna stand there and look?
Just for like 15 seconds.
No, but you do see the kind of glowy,
You can see
eerie
the green
light
glow.
over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Floki, stealth is okay.
I will stick my head into the not trapped door, I assume.
The trap door.
Right. Do you want another investigation to make sure it's not trapped?
Nah, I'll say it's high enough. You would have noticed as part of the investigation to find it.
That's what I was thinking.
Carved into the south wall of this dusty space, and I can get rid of the bit, are cylindrical holes fit for scrolls or maps.
Oh,
They are all full of dust.
does this look like a tube system that delivers scrolls here, or no? That's probably
No,
not.
they
that's so cool.
clearly terminate just a short ways back. It's like
I
a
step
shelving
out
built into the wall.
and say, Gideon, it's a empty room. You might want to look just to make sure. And Skirp, where are we headed next? And I make sure he keeps going this direction.
You said they're all filled with dust. There's like nothing in any of them.
They're all just full of dust.
All right.
Oh.
So it was a scroll room at some point,
Huh,
or a map room.
maybe. I think that it might be smart to go down the toilet.
What?
We do happen
what?
to the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm not, who's going down the toilet? I'm not interested in going down the toilet.
Person with the climb speed.
I wasn't
And
interested to
dark
do that
vision.
when I could climb without that.
But you can crawl along the ceiling where we know there's no feces.
You've now become the ultimate scout, therefore.
So
This
sorry.
They're
character
not
is-
wrong.
You've got dark vision, you've got spider climb.
And
I
apparently, if you die, you might not
Slowly
die.
look down this thing, begrudgingly so.
Staying on the ceiling of the other room.
Staying on the ceiling of the other room. All right, we drag you over. We're gonna start playing this game.
Oh
Does
god,
have
if
a
it's
new-
another room full of sarcophagi,
Zeb, you see it?
I do.
Or
he's gonna take all the powers.
Let me describe to you the room
Okay.
after I figure out what room it is. This room has walls of glazed amber, a floor of red marble, and a rough-hewn shaft in the center of its 10-foot-high ceiling. 3 amber sarcophagi stand in the alcoves.
You just went silent.
Again. Oh, yeah, that was an intended experience. There are
Okay.
3 amber sarcophagi in here.
Okay.
Again, you hear the whispering.
Oh boy.
Do I see any other
Wait, from-
objects?
Just 3 amber sarcophagi.
How tall is the ceiling?
10 feet.
Feet. So from
Is there-
from top of sarcophagi to the ceiling, what's
It
that
is about
distance?
2 feet.
So I could, on the ceiling of this room, touch each one.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
because the tunnel that you walked down ended up being about 20 feet.
Okay, so I will
Once
reach
you
over
actually
and see
explore
what
it.
it has to say.
All right, we shall start in the west. As you touch it, you get this overpowering, like reeking filth smell, and you hear this female, like gurgling, kind of gross voice. She says, "I am Freckle, the Queen of Boxes. Accept my gift and pass it to others." But more gargly, because that was hard to do without, having water nearby.
Queen of Boxes?
Poxes.
Oh.
Boxy.
Accept my
Uh,
gift and pass it to others.
Mm-mm.
Awesome.
She's offering to give you a disease.
I touched the one to the south.
As you touch this one, you get the sensation of being on the Alps now, of
Ricola.
like a storm, and you hear lightning and thunder crash in your ears. And the voice speaks as if it's a howling hurricane and says, "I am Zinhala, the howling storm. Accept my gift and harness my power."
Your power is.
The power of the storm. And as he says storm, there's just a massive crash, lightning and a peal of thunder. It looks like the entire room lights up to you. Everybody else above, you don't see anything different.
Okay,
Thank
cats
you.
don't like to stink, so that has no chance of even curiosity. I will roll cat's curiosity on the thunder.
Oh, jeez.
That's a yes.
So you're taking it?
That one, yes.
God, you are getting pimped out.
All right, so you accept this gift and you feel this electrical surge come into your arms and roll up your arm and roll up one side of your face.
I feel I have a scar now.
No, that
Okay.
side of your face begins to sag and it loses all feeling.
Ouch. That sucks.
However, you do feel empowered by this lightning and you are fairly certain you could use that power to strike.
Okay, saggy face. What side?
Player's choice.
Left.
Gums McSag face.
Right?
Yeah.
Touching the other sarcophagus.
Yes.
You hear a voice and it almost sounds husky and like the person's eating right now, like it's stuffing its face and like, oh, I am Skycone. I am the soul.
We lost you there for
Oh, he says, I am Skycone and I am the soul hungerer, as he's like chewing something.
Soul, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Hungerer? Wow. Ew.
You don't. Cat's not interested there either, I don't think.
Accept my gift.
Gonna.
And my power will help you with those that are dead.
Oh, see? You had to ask a great question there. Helps me with people that are dead.
And as long as you keep your hand on it, it sounds like ambient noise of somebody eating.
Can we get a little more detail on helps me with the dead?
You just hear smacking of lips and gnashing of teeth.
Alright, if I'm curious and the cat's curious.
Yeah, but this, you know what? I'm super far away from you and not listening to this conversation.
Damn it. Loki, you're a pain in my ass. Yes.
Are you sure?
Plus
hear that?
2 on it. Is it supposed to have a +2 on it?
Nope, but
You
either
roll a
way,
10.
it would be 10, so I'd say yes.
Oh.
Alright.
I figure 1 through 10, 11 through 20, but
Yeah.
You hear like nom 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 nom. Oh, good. And
What changes on my face or my body this time?
your eyes
Jesus
turn a sickly yellow.
I already had yellow eyes, so that's fine.
This is sickly. You
Okay,
also gain the
sickly.
following flaw.
Okay.
If I help someone, I expect payment in return.
Okay. Oh, and I won't say no for an answer. That's going to be fun. If I
Oh,
help,
shit.
I get paid. Got it.
So you have that, and you have that.
So I could feel my face go like soupy nastiness, right?
Yep, you can feel it just kind of like go sag, limp, no feeling.
Okay.
It's like when your arm's asleep but in your face.
I'm going to. How long does this last? Is it even worth?
There's
it
also
now?
a door in here in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I saw. But I wasn't going to open it without the party. I don't go that far. How long does it last?
You may want to make a note on this one that it will help you with those that are dead. So that if something like that arises, you can ask me what it does.
How long does
How long does
disguise self last?
whatever the
An hour, I think.
thing
Okay.
is.
For other reasons, out of my notes. I will keep my hood up definitely and go back upstairs and inform the party.
An
that-
hour, yeah.
There is downstairs Zernhala the Howling Storm, Syken the Soul Hungerer, and a diseased poxing chick, and a door.
Her name was Thekre, Queen of Poxes.
Queen of Poxes is down there.
How's that talking with one side of your face?
Honestly,
There's-
yeah. One
there's
half your
no-
face and
no
no
teeth.
teeth. Are you even able to cast spells anymore? Like +4 charisma is not going to help you when everyone recoils in horror every time you open your mouth.
You recoil in horror, but you think about it for a second before you do it. You're like, no, wait, no, okay, no, that's still gross.
Oh god. So yeah, there's 3 more sarcophagus downstairs, and there's Zenhala and Skykin and the Queen of Paxos.
The what? The queen of pastas?
Yes, the Queen of Paxos.
Well, the never-ending pasta bowl was back.
And a door. There's a door.
So good.
There's definitely a door.
All right. Well,
And my face,
right, you went
my
back.
face has gone numb. I have
You've got
no
a
control.
lot
I'm numb.
going on.
I'm numb.
Just a lot.
My face
Okay.
is numb.
It's drooping.
Yeah. I need some Botox.
You're gonna need more than that.
Okay.
You
How-
need a new face.
I guess
So
there's
they're
no
gonna-
reason for us to go check out that room if he's.
I mean, if he wants to open up the door and see where it goes.
Oh, there was a door down there.
There's a door down there. I can look if you want.
It's up to you.
20 feet seems scary to fight things by myself.
It's true. But can they chase you
You
up
can
ceilings?
just whoop right out of there, right? You just run across the ceiling. You're a fast cat that runs on ceilings.
True. That's true. Okay, I'll go open the door.
You just zippity doo out of there.
All right, you stealth
As
down.
as soon as I'm confident he's at a beer shot, I'll say
I
maybe it'd be a blessing
investigate.
if
I
they kill him.
investigate the door before I open it.
Okay. You're pretty sure it's not trapped, but it definitely appears to be locked.
I have these tools.
Try it. Sorry, I didn't hear the blip that it rolled. No, you do not succeed.
Okay, I go back upstairs. It's locked. I can't get through the door.
Is there a sarcophagus that you can agree with to help you through that?
I didn't agree to Pox, sir. She
Oh,
smelt really
okay.
bad. She stank.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how pasta would help you get through that door, but that's a good sense. Just bad smelling pasta is no good.
Indeed.
All right. Should we go to the other corner and see if there's another set of sarcophaguses?
Yeah.
I think we should finish up here first.
Oh, okay.
Maybe-
Sorry.
Let's go. Maybe we should kill the flame skulls on the other side, because if they can fire out of those arrow slits, I don't want to be in the room below with a statue
Gideon?
and
Do you think you can make a shot from these arrow slits into those?
possibly. Okay, so
One
here's the thing.
way.
Mechanically, this is out of character. I ignore half cover and 3/4 cover.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they don't have full cover, I shoot at full advantage.
So if they're basically, it's up to like their kind of weird floaty pattern. So if they're full
Yeah.
on inside of the arrow slit and you hit them, you roll it full. Otherwise, if they're north or south of it, it's not going to be quite as easy. And so at that point, well, no, you'd still ignore the cover. Basically, if they're within the 2 squares that the arrow slit can see into, you can hit them. But if they're any point outside of that, you can't. But that also includes a straight line through it, assuming you can see with it being dark.
And anyone I can hit, they can probably hit back.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow slits
But-
do tend to be bigger on the other side to allow people to easier to aim out than it is in.
Yeah. Of course, it's possible. How far is it across? I can't see. So, like, is it within 120 feet of our arrow slits to those arrow slits?
It is. The map scale is accurate right now, so it's.
I can't see the arrow slits because.
It's about 95 feet.
Okay. then yes, I feel like that is a workable plan. And assuming they can't see, like they glow, so I can shoot at glowing, and I don't know if they can see that far out to us. It's not like we'll have light sources. I'll be firing in the dark to the only light I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it a shot.
I
What do you think?
I
mean,
think this is a good idea.
Okay.
So good.
I'm going to line up my hand crossbow to fire across 3 sharpshooter shots. Oh, well, I can't hold my bonus action, can I?
Mm-mm. You can only hold a standard.
Then I will hold 2 shots for the next skull that passes in a visible cone.
All right. Because this will initiate combat, we're going to call it here.
Okay.
okay. We should also figure out what the rest of us are doing in this case.
Yeah.
I don't know, like barricade the door. I don't know.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
you
if
guys
they'll
gonna
be
go
to-
wait at the door or just hang out here and just like.
Here's
He's
how
gonna
I
get-
expect it to go. I'll hit them, they'll look, not be able to see me, and then go hide if they're any intelligent at all. If they can hit me, then they'll throw fireballs back and I'm dead.
I already got mine picked out.
Are those amber like things in the cathedral? Those benches are those like built into the floor? Or are those movable?
Those are. I mean, they could be movable. They're extremely heavy.
Okay.
We do have a giant jackal-headed golem thing.
You have pieces of a jackal-headed golem.
We could
Just thinking like we could barricade.
barricade things with that.
Yeah.
Oh god, Floki, what are
Anyways.
you doing? There's probably at least based on just symmetry, maybe 6 more, possibly up to 12 more of those things.
I'm gonna get home one way or another.
Sure, if it's still you.
I'm still me. I just can't talk straight.
Please
I'm a
don't
little
do
numb.
this for the rest of the game. I
No,
won't be
please
able
do
to
this for
stand
the
it.
rest of the game.
I kind of feel like please do this for the rest of the game.
I mean, the character kind of has to, right? He can't talk.
What'd he say?
Half
Exactly.
his tongue is dumb.
We'll see how long I remember it can keep that up, because that's gonna be rough.
I'm gonna,
Alright.
I'm gonna love the combination of you can't take no for an answer, but people just can't understand what the hell you're saying.
Now, here's my question. While I have a hard time speaking, I have the ability to perfectly mimic the talking of other people. So I do have a mastery of my vocal cords. Can I eventually
do.
make myself talk normal?
I'm going to say yes, but you have to roll performance every time you do.
Okay.
So you can talk normally if you
You're gonna
roll well, and if you don't roll well, you
All right.
Yes.
I mean,
You're
can
kind
I,
of like
back into numb tongue.
ventriloquizing yourself.
can I get a
Ventriloquizing,
DC,
yeah.
Can I get a DC as the player so that way I can roll it and then know how I'm talking?
I'm going to say no. We're going to depend on what you're saying. It could be more difficult depending on how much information.
Oh god.
We're going to
Okay.
do this. We're going to do
Use
this.
simple
Okay.
words. Few syllables.
This should be interesting.
You know what would actually solve this is if we got you like a notepad or something to write with, but somebody's gonna be upset about that.
Yep. You can't use written word to communicate. He's not gonna let you.
All right, guys. That was a good session.
Oh, nice work.
What
Well run.
was the side effects of the hunger guy? I wrote it down. If you
You're missing all your teeth. You have 3
my
eyes.
eyes
that
are sickly yellow. Yeah,
Sickly yellow.
Half your
and-
face is paralyzed, and
Yeah.
you
Is
got
his
major
third eye
claws.
sickly yellow?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, is it? Okay.
Yes. And then you also got the flaw that if you help
2
someone, you
flaws.
expect payment.
If I help someone, I expect payment, and I won't take no
Yes.
for an answer.
Okay.
Yep.
Hang on. Just putting this together. You now have a third eye in the center of your forehead, that is like melt clouded over, like blind, and sickly yellow.
Yes.
It's a pus boil.
Also,
Kinda gross.
also, since half his face is drooping and it's on half of it, it's like super gross. He's like lost muscle control of his forehead too.
It's like this sort of twitching, pulsing boil of pus on his forehead.
How does this reconcile with +4 charisma?
Yeah, I don't feel like it does.
It's not the physical part of charisma. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay, to be fair, getting +4 to charisma just gives me a 13.
Okay.
It's not the
So you're
greatest.
like you're an above average leper.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna close stream, guys. I'll be back.
All right. Bye, stream.
Bye.
All right, guys. That's gonna be the end of our stream today. I hope you guys all had a fun time and a blast seeing all the different things this game. My character has definitely evolved, and this should be an interesting character to further explore in the upcoming weeks. It's interesting to see what's going on. We are using Curse of Strahd in Roll20. This is the Curse of Strahd map. We have purchased the actual Curse of Strahd stuff for Roll20. So we have the DM has access to all of the maps, all of the tokens, all of the handouts, etc. And so that is what we are currently using. We play once a month, usually the first Thursday of every month, but I will post it when we're playing. All episodes are uploaded to YouTube within a week. And so if you guys ever want to catch up, you're welcome to catch up. And I honestly think you guys are going to enjoy it here on out, because I'll be talking with half my face numb and no teeth. So I will do my best to roleplay that. That should be an interesting character. I can't take no for an answer, and if I help someone, I expect payment. So this character's really evolved this game, changed. So let's find you guys a host. See who's out there and about. We're gonna send you over to. We're gonna send you guys over to a spooky game because it's October. So I appreciate everybody hanging out, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Remember, I stream 5 days a week, 8 a.m. Eastern is when I start, 5 to 8 hours. I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning with some Arena of Valor. You guys are all amazing. You guys are the reason why I do what I do, and I will see you guys later. Bye.